All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. And if you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. So as you saw by the title, we're going to do previews and reviews as it relates to the currently running Concacaf competition. And obviously we have gotten all of those extra details so we can fill you in as to what will happen next. Remember, the only way you can learn what's at the end, you have to know what is at the beginning. So it's always good for me to be watching these things, and I'm definitely enjoying it as well, because you know, if you're doing any startup studies, you have to still go from the bottom of anything and try from there to build up. All right, so what I am seeing, I do like it, so that's why I've been talking on it. I know that I could have been talking on other things. I should have been doing my 3 o'clock game for Spain, but I'm going to miss majority of that because I don't have the additional time. So this was the perfect time for me to pull up my video. So I'm going to go through all of it, break down that, and then ask a question on the Reggae Boyz side, because that's a lot of people asking me questions. Obviously, even if I'm busy, people will still be asking me questions about the Reggae Boyz. So I'm put at the end if McLaren can help Jamaica. You understand me? And then I will discuss that as well, the reason why I've said something like that. All right, yes. So let me start with the lovely kids, because I thought that they have put on a very good tournament. You learned a lot about it, a lot about this tournament. So anyways, we had some more games that took place yesterday. We wanted to go through it. I had made some predictions. I had made some predictions. I had made some predictions, and it turned out to be the exact thing. Warren Webster, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. And then we have Bessas documentary. Massive respect. Thanks for being here as well. So, anyways, these are the final sets of results coming through for the Youth 15s, and then it's going to close off. And who will reach to the next round already, and what they're going to do. We're going to be breaking down all of those stuffs. All right. So 1 second, I'm trying to get the information. So this is the information right here. You had Jamaica squared up with Costa Rica. As what I had said, I thought that Jamaica would maybe lose the game by around 5-0. But what I'm looking forward to is to see what they are trying to learn, because we clearly saw the first 2 games, and one thing we can say, that every team that we played, they are fundamentally better than Jamaica. It's not even close. Even the game, including the game that they played against Haiti. Haiti was far better than them with the fundamentals. Even the coach that's watching the game would have said so. Why is it so? It can be multiple reasons. It can be the coach don't set his team up properly, or the players are just not at that level. All right, they still managed to score 2 goals and won the game. Yesterday, I broke down the game and talked very highly on it, and a fan of mine that clearly looked like he has sometimes when he gets up and he can't comprehend nothing at all. He makes a bunch of statements that for what I've not even said in my video, saying that I looked unhappy and all sorts of stories that made no sense. And I had to break it down to him and said, "Father Minor, the team Jamaica won the game. It was 7 chances for Jamaica to 25 chances for Haiti. Haiti created the chances, and football is all about how much chances you can create at a worst off at a lower level, because strikers will be stronger so they can shoot from further. But clearly, I think he lost himself in our reasoning, because sometimes our reasoning can be above the notch, and a lot of people don't understand what we're saying sometimes, especially in this category. I can tell you that for fact, because a lot of times people misquoted us and we have not said anything like that. So I had to school him in the chat and let him know exactly that when we are watching things where we're not distracted and we're not desperate for news. We are here to break down what we just saw. All right, and we did broke it down properly. And as what I've said, I thought it would have been 5 or so, and I wanted to see something better from Jamaica. For the persons that actually watched the game, one kid on that team I love so much. I wish I could get to speak with her, and she is something else. The only thing stopped Jamaica yesterday from not getting a next 11 or 12, it was the sole goalkeeper. And what I don't like to assume, but I strongly believe she is the reason why I knew that the coach never knew the players. You know why? He started with a different goalkeeper at the first half in the United States game. And at halftime, he changed for this goalkeeper. And this goalkeeper never came back out of the goal, even when she had injuries. The goalkeeper was calling them out, saying, bruh, drop back in line, make this one in defensive third, stretch the field forward, stay on them. I was amazed, you know. And I'm saying, and I was actually saying, listen to that. That is exactly what we hear telling you every single day. Nobody else couldn't speak like her. You know why? Because nobody was taught at this age like her. And for people like fan of mine that couldn't comprehend what I was saying, that is exactly the reason we are talking about players at 13, 14 in a United States team. They are professionals. They know all the functions to just add on it to be a supreme player. So I think you missed our conversation based on the way you came in the conversation. So next time, give us the credit that we might be a Kendrick Lamar of the football style and watch the whole thing and comprehend it properly, because you will be lost. But I love that keeper. She was teaching them something. So I could say that the keeper showed up the coach yesterday, and I went and did my research on the coach. The coach is Marlon Hilton, and he is the head of youth development at Monroe College, St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. So he's the one being the coach for the team. I heard him telling people to go in specific places. And I'm saying this is a next indicator that maybe he never got enough time with the team. All right. And obviously, the JFF has to be blamed if he never got enough time with the team, because he's dragging, he's telling, mark that lane. But every technical team is educated enough to, if you pull one player out of park and the next one is not in sync, the triangle trap will always cut them out. So the conversation between Costa Rica, they were just moving the ball, top it around, just like every one of the other team, just like what AD did to create the 25 chances, just like what United States did to make we never came out of our half at no point. All right, this one was slightly the same. I would say that the long ball, maybe Costa Rica never dealt with it better, so we got a few corners off it. We got a few corners off it, and that was the best we did. The controlling was very poor. The passing was non-existent, like what we had said from before. So I thought that he should have said some. I would love to hear from him. I'm going to research to see what he says after this tournament finishes, like what he was trying to accomplish. Is he trying to qualify, which I don't think it's possible, but or you're trying to pick out a few players and set a system? Is this going to be a coach that will be at the youth 17s to take on the girls them that he just saw? You understand me? So it's going to be a continuity program. These are the things I'm trying to ask the questions about. Will I get it? I don't know. I don't know. But those are the questions that I wanted to be answered. All right. So let me Big up yourself, DNA. I had to burn out your comment early on because you said that they were one win away from qualifying. You're trying to be sarcastic or trying to wild people up, and I had to smoke it in the comment section as well, DNA. Omar Fowling, big up yourself. Umza, big up yourself. Dustin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes, the goalkeeper was coaching. I thought that she was coaching the team as well, and it really exposed that either they were not on time or they were not taught anything. But because the goalkeeper was pretty much the coach of the team, and oh, ironic, she's coming in from America. You understand me? So not saying oh because it's America, no, but because it's America, they have made sure when you reach a certain age, you're going to start a program, or your parents would know what you want and set you aside to that. So that means you're going to be further in your development, and it clearly shows that she was further in her development right there. So it's not about oh because they're out of the country, because I know a lot of people they have this ego about them. Once you say that, because we never knew where the girl came from, it was someone under our video told us that she is from America, and this is her name. And I'm telling you, it proves by based on them realizing oh who this keeper is. And so at this level, 15 level, you will find keepers having problems to keep the ball from 30 yards, like longer shots and stuff. I thought that she nullified the longer shots, so that in itself helped Jamaica massively, because in the first game, even the longer shot, the first keeper never saved much, so it kind of tallied up the goals very fast and caused as much problems. So she stopped that, and now every attackers has to break down through the lines in order to get closer 10-15 yards to get a shot off. And there the Jamaica only defense, all 11 players actually in that crammed up zone in the defensive, so it's hard for you to tiki-taka through that Spain or the Americans, Canadians, or the Costa Ricans as well. All right, so that's what saved us majority of the times. It's nothing of the coaching or anything whatsoever. I'm very sorry, people. I know I might be sounding harsh on the coach, but I don't think what we are seeing there, it's just drum up space, and the Costa Rica had to whip it wide, and then because people just in the space, that's the sole reason. So I think we have to get to some of these people and see what their intentions are, because every competition you should be learning something. I don't want people to come and tell me like DNA, oh, we are one win away from qualifying. You never watch none of those games to believe that. All right, yes, because the two worst teams were playing, and even the worst team, even the team that lost the game in the two worst team game was far night and day better than Jamaica. So that makes your conversation null and void right there, big boss. All right. let me just go through the results now, because I had to do my post-match breakdown. Yes, so Jamaica ended 4-0, and as I said, the keeper was the lady or the girl of the match, 100%. And I thought that every game that she played so far, she was the lady of the match. All right. All right, so El Salvador 5-0 over Puerto Rico. All right, listen to this. El Salvador 5-0 over Puerto Rico. All right, 5-0 they won over Puerto Rico right there. Curacao draw with Antigua. Honduras came back on Cuba. I've watched all of these games, guys. Yes, and then Canada defeated Mexico 3-0, and then United States defeated Haiti 13-0. They defeated us 11-0, but they defeated Haiti 13-0. We are going to discuss the 81 right now, but let me just give you what will be taking place. All right, because it looks like that never qualified, they are going to try and play them. So now Jamaica will be playing El Salvador later at 3 p.m. Field 2. All right. Yes. United States will be playing Canada, and Cuba will be playing Bermuda. All right. So, and Haiti will be playing Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico just got 5. Watch El Salvador versus Jamaica, and watch Puerto Rico versus Haiti, because they're trying to find the last place team out of everybody. All right. So watch Puerto Rico later versus Haiti, and watch El Salvador versus Jamaica. So we are going to come back with that tomorrow. All right, let me go to the 80 performance. The 80 performance were was the passing was much better than Jamaica, even against United States, because they did came out of their own half just by passing the football, and that is what we are talking about. If you do the standard things properly, you will get a better result. Jamaica never came out of their half, none at all, in the United States game, not one time. They kicked the ball from a center circle to the goalkeeper. That's the only thing they did in the game. Otherwise, I'm defending in our own half. We never came out of our half, but Haiti got two shots and actually came out of their half around 13, 12 to 13 times. So you see the difference now? Obviously, they were not going anywhere. They were not going anywhere being a true threat. But just the fact that they can pass the ball, control, and positioning, it makes it a little bit better. Jamaica just hold the ball and kick it away. And then if someone is bigger up at the top, they might can catch the ball or something. That is not looking, that's not a good look, people. It is not a good look right there. And that is what I was complaining about yesterday. So if Fanamina can follow this one, he might get his answer. All right, yes. So 13-0 it ended up as well. The girls that were running for United States. United States scored 26 goals, 27 goals. 27 goals they scored. Brent says, oh, that football, I don't know much about it. Who is the underdog? I'll root for them. I think in U15s, and this is the surprising thing, when you're an underdog, you're almost impossible to win. That is surprising because United States they can't lose to none of these teams. United States can play Jamaica 75 times, 75 days back to back, and every single day they are going to get over 10. Even with our lovely goalkeeper, they are going to get over 10. So I think that's a waste of time to just root for underdog, just because you want to have a conversation right there on the underdog conversation. Yes. And that's the reason why we said they are professionals, because they're registered to professional clubs. Listen to me well, Mr. Fanaminat. They are registered to professional clubs. Professional clubs. Those are facts, because you can type their names in and you get directly their information. They are registered to professional clubs. That's a fact. All right, Mr. Fanaminat, so go and research it yourself before you come here and talk BS. All right, yes. So anyways, big up yourself, Drew Ross. Yes, so later, I will watch again. Obviously I'm going to have the kid, because once I'm done with this video, I'm not going to be available, so I'm going to have the kid. Then I will return tomorrow. I know that I'm missing a lot of major stories, but it's not major stories for me, because I don't like the dramas and stuff, because it doesn't have any education in it. All right, because I know how the coach play, so I don't need to go to a press conference to really come and say anything different from what I was saying to you. I know what I was seeing from day one. You understand me? So me not to covering that, you don't have to text me and tell me that press conference going on. I will listen to the coach on my time, which I had went back and listened to the coach, and I have my conversation that I'm going to break down right there. But I am staying on the girls for now, and I'm breaking down things. All right, so hope you understand the type of person I am. All right, yes. So let me just go through some predictions now. So these are the games coming up. As Brent said, he's going to root for the underdog. So we have three Canada versus United States playing today. I think this is the end of the road for Canada. Canada will concede maybe over 5 goals from United States, because they are definitely better than Haiti and Jamaica. Yes, so they will, and they conceded 3 against Mexico, which Mexico kind of got a little bit better in their development as it goes, but I still believe that Mexico is below United States. I know that I'm the Mexican. I've always rooted for Mexican to beat the United States, but this United States team looks superior over all teams. They have even an extra gear to go, because the last time they're against Jamaica, their bench forwards never clicked. I can tell you that the bench forwards clicked against Haiti, and they looked very, very good. All right, so I could see 5-0 or so, or 5-1, because they can pass the ball. Canada can can pass the ball, they have size, and they can get it in your box. So anything can happen based off that. So Canada could get a goal, but I wouldn't see two. I can't see more than 2 goals for Canada, and I'm only seeing upwards of 5 goals for United States. So United States win this one. All right, let me know your thoughts as you go through. If you're rewatching the video and you have watched these tournaments, it's in the Concacaf website, and it's on the Concacaf Go, so you can check it right there. All right, so I say over 5 goals for United States right there. So let me write it down so I can come back, because when I was telling you about Costa Rica, you guys never believe. Most of you guys believe, but fan of mine, for some reason, he never believed. Yeah, so Canada over 5 goals, over 5. All right, and then now we have Cuba, Bermuda. All right, the Cuba team looked very good. Honduras team is a grinding out team. They were 2-0 lead over Honduras. Yes, and the Honduras came back. That was a very good one. I still believe that they are going to be the favorites today over Bermuda. Triple E said, it makes sense, JD. At least you're breaking down our JA youth to identify the trajectory of. Thank you very much. And that is always because why the sense I'm going to make video every day to talk about Reggae Boyz? That makes no sense, because we know we have the problem and the country desperate to put local players in the team. Why not I go after those players to see what they are truly doing and where the flaw is, and see if we can correct that in order to get the local players then that we claim that we want in the team. You understand me? Yes. So I think that's the best way to go. So now I know that the next youth 17s, I know who can step up, because I can keep keep scores on them. All right, so I'm going to go with Cuba over Bermuda. 2 plus 2 goals. Trinidad Dominican Republic. This is a good game to watch. Damrep, Trinidad Damrep. That's going to be in Trinidad. So, but I'm still going to put Damrep. Damrep extra goal. Damrep win. So that means the 1 goal. All right. Puerto Rico 80. I am still going to pick Puerto Rico over 80. I think 80 is going to show better sides, but Puerto Rico, I think, will score over 3 plus goals. Puerto Rico. All right. Puerto Rico. Mexico, Costa Rica. This is the game for the day. Mexico, Costa Rica. Many Canadians' main development was done in USA college system, JD. I know. But they look good. I'm just saying that United States looks a little bit better. You know, and that at this point, I think that they are more developed. And I do believe that they should get the nod over Canada. All right? Because remember, Canada, they gave Jamaica 11 and gave Haiti 13. So if I say 5, it's not this in Canada. It's to applause Canada where they are in their development and how far they are over Jamaica and Haiti. You understand me? So sometimes it can sound bad because I'm giving credit to someone else. But if you put it in the context, you realize that I'm not disrespecting Canada at all. All right? So Puerto Rico takes the nod right there. Grenada over Barbados. Grenada, I'm going to go with. That's at 5. All right, that's at 5. Let me skip out some of these games. Guatemala, Honduras. Good game again. All right. Okay, Costa Rica, Mexico. Oh, my God. Costa Rica, Mexico. All right. Guys, remember to smash the like button, share, and subscribe as you come in. All right. Costa Rica, Mexico. Ooh. Guys, based on all you saw, I think this game is going to be tighter. You know? But based on Mexico get the nod yesterday and Costa Rica, it showcased that they struggle to get in between low block teams, even though Mexico is not going to be a low block team. So that might help them to score more goals. They can score from range as well. All right. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. But I'm going to side with the Mexicans +2. No, Mexico win. Let me put win because it just might be by the odd goal. All right, because I do believe that Mexico can score from range and also work it straight inside the box as well. So I'm going to give it to Mexico, the odd goal. Bless up yourself, Joseph Brown. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, so that's how it's going to work. We're going to be watching all of these games later and break them down. You can go on Concacaf website and go on the Concacaf page, Concacaf Go, and all of them will be there on the timings. All right, tough game. Yes, man, that's going to be one of the tough games coming up. Tough games. So Canada versus United States 1, and Costa Rica, Mexico. That's going to be the game. All right, that's what I believe is going to be the game, people. All right, so that's it for Youth 15's games breakdown and previews as well. All right, big up to the Jamaican keeper, 100%. I wish I could have seen way more from the rest of the players, but sorry if your parents watching at this point and I can't get to give you more detail on all the other positions. It's because the team never got a chance to play out. Even against Haiti, when I thought I would have seen much more from them, I have not seen much at all. Maybe the right back alone, I would say. The forwards, them, even though they had scored goals, it was just a kick and the keeper ran out at the actual goal from Haiti and the goal was empty, pretty much. So it's hard for me, and they never really made good passes. They never shoot the ball any other way aside from an empty goal. It's hard for me to calculate them, so that's why I can't give them credit as yet. But if I can see more from them today, which is going to be a good test, El Salvador, another tiki-taka type team like Costa Rica, let me see if we can get a few passes from them. At least try aim for 100 passes. No, aim for 50 passes. 50 completed passes in the game through the phases. And I want to hear the coach looking like he's the one actually having control of this game. All right, I am waiting for that. I have not seen it as yet. I heard him talking about individuals on the pitch, and that might come because in coaching, or at least the coaching that I've received, you don't really talk. It's a system. I have not seen them playing in a system. So if you're moving individuals out of place, you could see the disjointed parts. So that it showed me that he never got enough time with the team, or the job is just not completed. So Mr. Marlon Hilton, definitely work on those things. And anytime I do speak with Mr. Speed or any one of them, which I don't think I'm going to speak with them much, because I've been on the out in this category, to be honest. You understand me? As you saw it, I've tried to be as just the more important things I'm focusing on, and so sometimes maybe I don't even catch them. But if I do, I would love to see if they assess these people just the same. All right, or maybe because they hid all of the information, they don't have to assess anyone. But I have all the information here: the players, the coach, the games, the analysis, the stats, and everything. And it was 19% possession we had against Costa Rica, and we had 15% possession against United States. 15% possession against United States. So 15 and 19, and against 80, we had 34% against 80. And the games are 70 minutes long. The games are 70 minutes long. All right. So Jason Guna said, bless up JD in the chat. Anyone else have a problem seeing the Jamaica game versus Costa Rica yesterday? No. I don't know if they put I thought maybe I missed the time because they started it 1 hour later than what they had put. They put it for 3 o'clock, and they started 4:30, something like that. They started it 4:30 or 5 o'clock, so it went into the next leg of games instead of the early game. So I think maybe Concacaf missed the game timings, and we had a late game as well. So that's why maybe you missed it. Canada will get better at U17s and U20. Yes, of course. Remember, Warren, being second is not the worst thing, Warren. All right? So if Canada can't beat the United States, Warren, we have pulled up their CV. These girls are professionals as it relates. Our vibes. Please stop talking. You don't know about context. You and father mine that can't reason. All right, you and Fana can't reason. You guys are in deluded states in life. They are professional players, up to amateur players. The players what we have are amateur players comparative to professional players. Within the next year or so, they are stepping up into club football. These kids that you saw in youth 15s. I'm going to give you all of their names. I'm going to post it in my community section, and in 1 year's time, I'm going to show you that all of them in the actual same clubs going to the next level. Just watch. So I don't have to talk to you, Ari Vibes. You missed points. You don't listen well. All right? Ernest. Good morning, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. And I'm not those comments like Ari Vibes and fan of mine that I'm done talking to them. They have no. Sometimes I sound very harsh, but all they do is stall the conversation and they make Jamaica conversation can't evolve. They make Jamaican conversations can't evolve. So in the future, I am not going to respond to none of their comments. None. All right. So when you better just don't bother come here because it don't make no sense. All right. Yes. So explain this. Our vibes. Are they superhuman beings? They scored 27 goals and conceded 0 and had 3 times someone attempted a shot on them. 3 times in one game. Legitimate shots. The 280 shots them were crawling balls. And 17 times people went in their offs. And 14 of those times were actually Costa Rica in 3 games. Explain that they are superhuman beings. So what it makes our kids, you see it, your ego embarrassed you at the same time if you had listened and just respond according to what you're hearing. Yes. So by that same definition, it's telling you exactly that we should just go for the other kids over there because a pure superhuman beings come from America then. You see it? So what you're trying to back, you embarrass yourself. So that's why listen to conversations before you talk. And it might turn out better for you. All right. So let me Ernest, big of yourself. I wished I could see J technical report that is required by our coaches after the tournament. Yes, academy players can be considered pre and semi-professional players. But the reason why we said professionals, it was just the knowledge base that they have over their opponent. And that was the sole conversation we're having. We're not saying that they are professionals and they signed the contract to be pro and they are playing in a professional U15 leagues. The man them don't listen to. I had said the same thing yesterday, but I'm showing you all of them think the same way. And that's why it's difficult for me to be building videos to reason with them because I don't think I ended up trying to achieve what I had set out to do, you know? Yes, so that's why it's hard, you know? New Wave, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Triple E, yes, man, madness. All right, so you can look up this dude. He's on LinkedIn. That's where I found it, and I've checked all of the other information. Look at his face on the bench. Look at his face on the picture right here to make sure it's the person I'm talking. I agree with you because what I Revive said is not correct. I know. Triple E, I know what he's saying. It's just the raw Jamaican ego. All right, that's it. That's it. Nothing else. No education, nothing whatsoever put in it. Just the raw ego. All right. Anyways, let me move on to something where we can talk more freely. All right. Yes. So I assume that all of you guys had watched the press conference because a lot of people texted me. I never got to get back to all of the messages because yesterday I was busy. I showed you guys that I was busy with the kid. I was at our grandma's and grandpa house, and she was swimming and stuff, and I was trying to spend some time with her. Even though I said I'm gonna do this video and then I'll go straight back with her as well for the rest of the day. But after tomorrow, now my wife will be on vacation like all of us, and then now I can have more time to do much more videos. all right, without like any time basis type videos, all right. Yes, blessings Lulu, massive respect. Warrior said at 17 Rodman was playing club football. True, JD, the style of play you talking about, these kids are playing like pro level. Yes man, these youth 15s can go in youth 17s and beat a lot of teams in the Caribbean. The youth 17s that we have just watched can beat a lot of them. All right, Jamaica in big trouble if they can't get the development right. And then we have Lansley Blake, massive respect. I never check back in with you. Need to do so. All right, yeah, man. All right, so people talk about the Reggae Boyz. So let me try chop it up right here. Lee, massive respect. Thanks for being here. And once you come in, please do it live. When I know it's early, but I'm going to do only 2 hours. All right. Sorry that I can't get my redemption on the Spain game, because a lot of people came in and they were flexing that Brazil won a once in a million lifetime game against the big bad France. All right, here the big bad Spain, I should say, and I have not given it up. Omar fouling. I have not forgotten. I've just made sure to let you guys know that I'm busy with the family, and that I'm gonna miss my big bad Germany Spain game. And then they are gonna win it and just give the medal to the public. All right, just give the medal away to the public. These guys are in their field. They don't like Spain. Big up Cranky. Hope all is well with you. Cranky, Kung Fu Kenny. All right. Kung Fu Kenny. All right. Kung Fu Kenny. All right. All right. They are going to talk all what they want. They are going to fight. They are going to do everything. They are just desperate for Spain to lose a game for them to talk something else. All right. Pro players typically graduate from academy and national teams. Typically picked the best from academy. So national reps, as long as they stay injury free, can definitely be considered as pro by trajectory. Okay. Yeah, but we weren't going to fight with not float management, Fana Minot and Irie Vibes. I have nothing to say to them. All right. Above Earth, bestest documentary. Yes, the great Kung Fu Kenny. All right, people. This is not a track and field, but I'm telling you, just check Twitter. All right, just check Twitter. I thought it was the basketball took away the beating from Noah Lyles, because Noah Lyles was in a wheelchair after the game finishes. So it was a mad entertaining one. Kenny can only beat Noah when he is sick with COVID. All right. So Kung Fu Kenny, the great Kendrick of sport, not getting any respect. They said the only way Noah get beaten is because he's sick, Yes, man. But I thought that even if he wasn't sick, that kid that ran that time would have pressure him. I still believe that he would have gone down, because me, I really like the guy. I think he's a true talent, and he stands up on business. So remember, Cranky, I was the one saying that against the Jamaicans. So I know that he stands on business. All right? Yes. Cranky said, JD, stick to football. Cranky, you're the one desperate for me to spend 3 seconds on track and field. I'm just telling you what I saw. All right? And I just said, Kung Fu Kenny won it. And because I got something correct again, when you try to beat me, I don't want track and field. I'm just saying what I saw. Give Kung Fu his credit. JD, I agree, but the race would have been yes, but I'm agreeing that Lyles would have beaten the man. He would have beaten everybody. That is true, but it would have been competitive. That's all I'm saying. So stop beat me. I've said I don't know nothing about track and field. I don't want to do track and field. I am just having a conversation based on what I saw, and I had said it. Don't rule out Kung Fu Kenny, the guy can run, and the guy made his statement clear. All right, can't wait for USA versus France basketball final. Going to be great. Oh my God, Cranky. The only reason why Noah Lyles got off the hook, it was because United States got embarrassed by Serbia. That's the only reason. So it left, Cranky, it left from him trending to United States. Remember, both of them, NBA, both of them fighting. So that's what really twists the country together. Why nobody likes Lyles? It's because of the NBA players. You understand me? So because they were getting embarrassed for around 30 odd minutes, that's what saved him. All right? Yes, Jason, they got embarrassed by winning the game. Remember, everyone came out, oh, they are 20 points favorites over everybody else. You understand me? Remember that? Jason, don't move the goalposts. Don't move the goalposts. Said this is the greatest team, should beat everybody by 20 points. And Ray, and this and that. If it wasn't a dodgy call that United States gets 6 points off the one play. 6 points they got off the one play. Kevin Durant scored a 3. The guy from Davis got bulldozer down by Jokic. And then Booker scored after. So they got 6 points off one play. Off one play, they got 6 points. They weren't going to win that game. They weren't going to win that game, Jason, if they never got that 6 points there, because that's what brought back the whole conversation. That 6 points, believe me, man, that it was a very good game. Both of the games were very, very competitive, but that game, it was a very good game there. And I thought the Serbia guys them started to complain and stuff, thinking that they're getting cheated and stuff, you know. Jokic fouled Davis on that play, JD. No, I never said he never fouled him, but they wanted the play to the basket not to be counted. Jason, two things can be true. I had said that Jokic fouled him, but when you look at the play, Jokic committed the foul before the shot. He went before my boy went up, because remember Jokic was fighting to get to Kevin Durant to try and put a hand in his face. And it's 6 points came off that, guys. But go back and watch that game. That game was a very good game. Like, damn, at one point I saw live stream going on and people crying because, oh, they were talking like, oh, United States is untouchable. They were blaming everybody else. Durant was in in his motion when Jason, he was about to go up. He never went up. He never even he had the ball. You know, the only way you can say that, Jason, this is not a basketball stream, guys. I'm going to come back to football. But the only reason why you can say that is because he starts his motion from low. But when you look at the replay, he never got up as yet, Jason. He never got up, but you know his form of shooting, so that's why you could say that. Jason, stop picking up for them. The guys, them have a coach them. They know they know the rule and all of those things. And the man them say they think that he never grappled the ball enough for him to get in motion. That's what they are saying, and they think it's slightly a robbery. You see it? So you guys want to go for dictionary and all sort of thing when Noah Lyles won the 100, but no, they can't talk. They can't talk, and I thought that their claim is a little bit more, you know. Their claim is a little bit more. Their claim is a little bit more. All right. Durant basket should not have counted. You're cranky. I tell you, it should have not counted. And damn, they won the game by the same amount of points. All right. So, Jason, we have the best constructed team ever existed, and it took a dodgy play because remember, 6 points that, you don't know if it would have, the next Booker would have got that chance, if they never got frustrated, and started to curse, And remember, they got a technical as well. We have the best. JD, you're too analytical for YouTube. No, I have to go back down to the detail, Michael. But it happened, Michael. The man them have a reason why they are cursing. And the man them, I can say the man them was cheated. I'm very sorry. So if I can agree with that Jamaica was cheated, that simply means the man them was treated as well, people. All right? Fear. I wanted the USA to win, but Serbia should feel that they have been somewhat cheated. Cranky, be honest to himself, man. We have to tell the truth, man. Wilson said, JD, you need to rush Jason off the program. Back to football. Okay, all right. We will go back to football. We'll go back to football. But I was watching the game and I was just saying the almighty team. Oh, they're gonna beat the one Draymond Green. Oh, if we don't beat everybody by 20 points. Oh, we don't win the games. Yesterday he was him and the one name. Let me tell you the next one. The next one that wore number 0 on his back. He has a YouTube platform now. He was Gilbert Arenas. Those two egotistic maniacs. If you listen to them, no team exists. So everybody was rooting for the man to beat United States because the best player in the world is on that team. You understand me? And it shows that it only takes one player to make a difference. Bogdanovic was very good. He was very good. Lethal shooter. Yeah, man, lethal shooter. All right? Yes, Agent Zero. Yes, he has 0 IQ as well. Serbia coach deserve some of the blame. Just complaining. Yes, because he got too technical as well. So he cost his team 2 points. Because United States did score those baskets as well, Cranky. They were trying everything for United States to come back in the game, Oh my God. I can't believe that big bias Jason come here and couldn't just start the truth for the one damn time. So you see, guys, he's not just biased for Jamaica, he was biased for America too as well. Finally, we see him bias show for America. Thought this was a football program. Oh, I told you guys that I play basketball as well, So I'm watching basketball, Yes. You should watch on Shannon Sharp show. Ocho was going crazy over there. I watched piece stuff it and he said, he was saying, people started to text me and said, if United States lost, it's going to be your fault because you were talking delusional. Yes. So let me go back to football, people. Let me go back to football. Sorry, people. Problem is there is only one ball and USA has too much stars who need to shoot. But you say, Cranky, they can't defend. You have defenders and you have just shooters on the field. You have, and let me see who can defend and shoot. I would say Kevin Durant defended and shoot. The boy from the short center from Miami, forgot his name at this point. Bam Adebayo, he can defend and he can shoot as well. So he is and Davis can defend and shoot. Tatum can defend and shoot, but for some reason Tatum is not good enough. This United States team is crapping up, people. Sorry, but I'm not getting after their team is crapping up, people. You know that Tatum can't make their team. Tatum, the best player on the actual team can't make their team. Are the best so-called player in the league can't make their team. This is madness. He can't get in the game. He's getting 0 seconds. 0. Tatum is not it. No, Drew Ross. Tatum a quality player, man. I've seen Tatum light up these boys. Obviously, some rules change, like the travels and the post in the 3 second in both offense and defense. That's different. So it's different basketball. But Tatum is that dude, man. Believe me, man. Tatum have the Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant, man. You don't see Tatum boss up LeBron James every single time he meets him. Let me stop the foolishness, man. You know what? Cranky is alright. He's correct. It's an old team. Yes, they want to give it the credit to the other man's them. Jalen Brown more Mamba than Tatum. No. Tatum is good. I like Jalen Brown more than him. Because I was arguing with you 2 months ago before he actually won it. Yes, yes. And I was saying he has the dog in him, but I think you can't disrespect a champion like that. I think that's very disrespectful. You know, to not even give the man a second. You can't tell me that he couldn't do anything. All right? Yes. Let me see if they don't start him against France now. Because Steph not gonna get Steph getting 4 blocks, you know. 4 3 points blocks, you know, in this game, you know. 4 he's getting in this game. Wemby's gonna batter him. Just watch. Wemby's gonna batter him on the 3-point line. Just watch. Who caused the JD program to divert? No, no, no. You know I love basketball. I've told you guys. Wemby's gonna batter Steph. Just watch. He's gonna batter him like always. so let me see if they're not gonna put Tatum on the field. Old team, Durant 35, LeBron 50 million years old, Curry 36, MB 30. Yes, they have young kids. They just not cranky. They're just not giving the young kids them no credit. You know, there were 2 great games though. Shana have to eat cow. Cranky, you change up. No. I am done. No, I'm done. I was having a good, but guys, come on. We're just going to go to Jamaica. Delusional style of conversation. All right, where we're gonna bring up what the coach did, and then war gonna start. So it's good that we talk some things that we can truly analyze, and everyone watched it because it was one of the biggest thing in the world yesterday. You get me? Remember, I played basketball and people. I had the work. I had I almost said I had the world record. You know? I had the record in B League. You know, in Jamaica. You know, people. For St. Andrew Technical, you know, in D League, you know, people need to put some respect on my name. And I was dunking on people, young, you know, Cranky talk about my vertical that I don't have. Cranky, I need to bring my friends them on to show you that I was jumping out the gym. Cranky, come, even football, I was jumping out the gym. Cranky, you're not giving me credit for my jumping ability. Guys, can someone here that knows me please tell Cranky that I was jumping out the gym? I wish I could have found Ewan, Christie, Old Man, and those guys to tell Cranky that I'm dunking on 10-foot oops from I'm literal 18. Even stats oop was a little bit higher. Cranky, come on, man. Come on, Cranky. Stop. Cranky says a dunce league. Oh my God. JD, stop dreaming. Oh, they said it's a bush league. Oh my God. B League use 9-foot rim. No. Stats rim. Go to stats school. Stats rim is above 10 feet. But it's okay, you know. One day, you guys are going to get the truth, you know. And then you guys are going to switch the conversation. Because anytime Jamaicans get the truth, realize that I was telling the truth, you guys will just switch the conversation. Yeah, that's what you guys are going to do. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody knows you for all these years. No, man, a lot of people came in my chat and always said it's true. But I need some new persons who know me again, you know. I was B League scoring champion. JD. Okay, all right. At least I kept it consistent because it's true. So why would the can't just give me credit? You know what? Let me leave it alone. All right. I was not good. But I was better than majority of the youth them in Jamaica. That is for sure. That is for damn sure. So give me my flowers. All right. Oh my God, they do. But I love watching NBA. All right, that one game I was never interested in playing. Okay, laugh out loud. Not a lot of people, just a few. Laugh out loud. All right, let me move on. Let me move on because people they're smoking me. Jay had a basketball team at that time. What happened? Did you make it? No, I never played for Jamaica national team. I never played for that. That was the older one. That was the big man one. Brown, Big Brown from Branaton Avenue. He made that team. He made it close to the NBA. I never knew if he got game in the NBA. You know. We usually always play over St. Peter Claver as well. A lot of us, yeah, man. But you know, it's okay. You were super B at subpar at best. if I ever see you in person and we live stream streaming a one-on-one, so what that have to do with me doing what I've done in B League? Please educate me on that. Bailey to Man City question. All right, Marlon King, we want to go to the coach right after, all right? But because I've said something about myself, you know the people in the chat, they are going to want to fight me, you know? Cranky started off this big war, and then he's in a corner laughing. Oh, let him try fight him way out of this. It's all right, Cranky. Don't worry yourself. I am going to come over your stream to give trouble because you always, before the game, always come and question the temperature check if I'm giving trouble, and I'm always nice over there. You know? Kennedy brothers were good too. One of them made the NBA. Yes. By the way, I should be doing a joint show this evening at 5 with friends. Okay, yeah, man, I will check that. All right, I will check that, Cranky. Because my lady coming out around 9 o'clock. Hope it's close to 9 o'clock. All right, because I have to put the kid to bed. You remember, JD? You remember a youth they used to call Jabbar from where? Calabar. If it's from Calabar, maybe because I know a youth named Jabbar. He was living down in Oaklands down at the bottom close to Mcclaren. He played Manning Cup as well. But it's after me playing Manning Cup, he played Manning Cup. If that's the youth you're talking, I think once it's Waltham, it should be him. Cranky is probably the next Public Enemy. Oh my God. Kennedy brothers were good. Lulu, big up. That means Lulu out here watching the basketball a long time. All right, yeah, man. Lulu, they ain't giving me respect. All right, they not like me. All right, not like us. You know. Marlon Natty was good as well. Yes, man. All right. I'm not sure who is Marlon Natty, but I heard about the Kennedy brothers before. All right. Now, okay, if he lives that side, I think I know him. But he has nothing to do with basketball. He can't play basketball. That was just football. And I think he went to Calabar. So, yeah, I think I know him. Yeah. Either played football one time. Yeah, I think we played football one time. And stuff, yeah. But I don't think he knows me well. But you can still know each other because Oakland Road to Upper Chisholm Avenue at the time when I was living there, they could have come that way, you know, because I don't think no war was actually going on between Chisholm Avenue and those places. More like back from 35 Lane, go back to out of Cemetery and Maxfield. That's where the war was actually taking place. You know, a lot of people could have moved from one location to the other on our side, you know? Yeah. Well, I don't know the basketballer one then. Or maybe I know him, but I don't know him as that name. JD, the coach, said he will look for the best locals as well as the best overseas players, but only the best. Yes, so that is the perfect statement. So if a person ain't good enough, he can't make the team. And he will do measurement because he's a real coach and he has balls. You understand me? So he's not going to go around making people selling him cocoa juice. I saw a man send me a clip yesterday of Unseen. Unseen making a statement and talking about his national team. If someone are 5% better than the local guys, the man who someone want the other guys in the team. Unseen, I can tell you, you are not going to ever coach a team different from Jamaica. And the only reason why you can get a job in Jamaica, Unseen, because it is Jamaica. Yeah. Your mentality around everything just don't add up. It don't make no sense. All right, I'm very sorry, but yeah, when you click me back and give it back to him. Yes, I saw the clip. Unseen is an embarrassment. Half of these people don't like Jamaica. They only like their own pocket and how they can benefit. And if the society stays the same way, they can benefit. But once it gets professional, they ain't get going no damn where. All right? No whatsoever, nowhere. Terrible, man. The mentality that they have, people, is horrible. Horrible. I'm very sorry. I have to burn out unseen, man. Yeah, man, that's horrible behavior, man. It's like we just don't have no sense. It's like we truly just don't have no sense whatsoever. All right, so let me have the conversation now. I have said, can Steve McLaren save Reggae Boyz? And people like Unseen is the reason why I think that, and a lot of them share the same sentiments. I think that that's why Jamaica cannot be saved. Jamaica is Jamaica's biggest problem. Jamaicans inside Jamaica is Jamaica's biggest problem in football. And maybe other things, but we only can talk on what we know and what we have been following. And they are the biggest problems, all right? Period. This delusion of thinking that you can just do something that you have never learned anything on, you have no experience in, it needs to stop. A 15-year-old exposed Jamaica coaching and who they are. One of the only professional players, or ironic, they say they only can pick a goalkeeper and maybe one or two more players at youth 15s. But the one of the highest level player on our youth 15s yesterday was the goalkeeper. She was the coach of the damn team. She was the coach of the damn team, telling people to push up in lines what they need to do to get the job done. That's why they might not want younger kids to come, because the younger kids actually exposing the coaches them that they want to force onto the people them. Because what that coach for the youth 15 did to qualify himself to get a job for youth 15s. Oh yes, he's let me give you, he's the head of youth development at Monroe College. Is Monroe College the best college? Are they the best in developing kids in Jamaica? I don't know what's the metric why he gets the job. You know, because believe me, I have watched that. They can't pass a ball. And I promise you, put them under different coaching, they pass the actual ball. You know why? I saw them when they were losing 2-0. I saw the girls them not listen to him and just pass 4 balls. Obviously, it turned out into a misplaced pass after the 5th pass, but they still passed 4. But in the entire game, they never passed 4. So I wanted to believe that the information that they're giving the people is foolishness. I'm telling you, I would love for you guys to go and watch that game. The little girl, give it to them, man. Maybe she don't get called back for Jamaica, but believe me, she's quality. But she give it to them. One of the time, she pretty much said she's tired of them playing. It was a fantastic scene. So that's my take on it, you know. That's my take on it as it relates to if this coach can save Jamaica. I think he has a hell of a time on his hands to save Jamaica, because we as a people we are hard to deal with. The first thing, I don't know why we hire people when we know so much. Why we hire people if we know more than the people in? What? Business 101, if I can do the job, I do it myself. So why we hire people if we know everything? That is one of the reasons why I see me tone it down and try to anything else doing, I just go there. Because I figured out these people know too much. And none of them can answer that question. Why we need a coach if we know more than the coach? Nobody can answer that. Float management, big of yourself, thanks for being here. Our arrogance is our biggest downfall. Yeah, that's a fact, man. Fact. And I heard someone put out content and say they saw good passing for Jamaica versus Haiti. I couldn't believe it. I had to stop watching. Okay. I don't know of that. I don't know of that, because the game is there and everybody can watch, you know. As I've said, a lot of people, it's at this point, I feel like a lot of people just taking money to sell sensationalism, you know? Yeah, so it's just, I think these people are mercenaries around our football, and they are holding our football run at ransom, and all of them making money off it. All of them, every damn one of them, YouTubers, coach, JFF, every one of them are make money off it. The whole of them are some criminals, and I'm not going to take my word back. They are some criminals, the whole of them, and I'm only going to say this once, the whole of them. So once you see something and they come and tell you something different, that tells you they are just a part of the cult criminals of robbing the youths them, and then pretend like them good to honor because they know that it's an ego check thing. So they come and say, I want you. We're the biggest thing. We can do everything and fool you because they know that you're egotistic. Whilst they are jobbing in your pocket. Yes, Cranky. They are criminals, Cranky. They are taking money. All of them criminals. YouTubers, coaches, JFF people, all of them. This a benefit. All of them, if you take advantage of the kids, them, it's benefiting, Cranky. Yes, facts. So if I can watch a game and see that you can't pass a football, I have the statistics here to show you. Cranky, the two games in United States, it finished 15% possession for Jamaica in 70 minutes. Which football you pass? Jamaica never passed the half line. Against Costa Rica, the only time they pass the half line is when they go long. They had 19% possession in the game. And against Haiti, they had 34% possession against Haiti. And every one of those possessions was taking away the ball. They never passed one damn ball in the Haiti game. Not one. They cannot do a simple pass to football, Cranky. I'm going to promise you, if I give you the game, you would have said, you're going to say the same thing, Cranky. You're going to say, no, man. Them really take advantage of people and pit them, man. You know, them really, it hurt your feelings, Cranky. It hurt your feelings when they know that we can do way better. But them people, because of them stubborn behavior and what benefits them, they keep on just doing it. And then send them little minions to come out and talk a bag of foolishness. Cranky said it's good that this is happening so that the football authorities can see that things need to change. Cranky, I understand where Cranky coming from, you know, but I can't. That's why I don't want no more of this thing, man, because I can't be here writing down things and then because the people are delusional and them egotistic, they just want the lies and the story making up and stuff. You know, I can't bother with this, man. I'm here to see Jamaica win a damn game. It looks like we're producing some talents, and you know, everybody, the youths are getting a true education, because remember, at the same time in a Cranky, crime is Jamaica is one of the most crime-ridden countries in the world, you know. So the more you can influence one person to do anything different, you know, it is you helping the crime in the country, you know. And what that tells me, some of them are the same problem because they are too selfish. So they are making the kids them turn only to one thing, which is crime and violence. You understand me? But obviously, maybe their brain cells can't think so far down the line to understand that they are the problems for the country, you know? And that's why I don't really care if anybody hates me. At least if I have one person watches my video and realize that I'm standing for something for Jamaica, at least it makes me feel a little bit better, you know? At least it makes me feel a little bit better. I just feel like these mans are con mans, man. You know, but I think, no, I've said it, you know, I want you guys to clip it, you know, within a year time, I promise you, all of you guys will be telling me the same thing. Remember, every year, you know, I've come and say something, you know, and you guys spin it, you know, the next year, you're telling me the same thing, you know, because everything I was saying a couple of years, 2 years ago, you know, you are the same ones telling me today. 20 to 0 against two teams from the USA shows that the JFF must change what they are doing. It's sad, Cranky, man. It's sad, but determined. Pastor, go ahead, Pastor. And I'm only doing 2 hours. I'm only doing 2 hours because they said that I get very mad after 2 hours. So I only want 2 hours because 2 hours will stress me out after. So go ahead.
You have a 2 hour international attention span.
Yes, I can't go
That's,
anything after that. Then I start to lose my mind, you know? My mind.
that's the assessment. That's the assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to repeat it to see if I can understand the philosophy behind it. I'm not concurring with that. I'm just, yeah. JD, you asked the question if Coach Steve McLaren will be good for us.
Yes, and my answer is, I think he will be fighting Jamaica, and if he's good, if he gets anything good, I'm telling you, the man will have to leave this job off his own because the stress that will be behind him because he has to win in spite of Jamaican being delusional.
I'm going to share two things from the press conference that makes me believe that he's starting from behind the 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be very difficult, if at all possible, that we make it to the World Cup, despite all of the administrators suggesting that making it to the World Cup must happen. The president, in his presentation, said they are going to meet with the coach to determine the construct of the team to play September. I am quoting him verbatim. How is it you hire a coach claiming that he is a top, internationally experienced, qualified, but you are going to meet with him to determine the composition of the team? Just coach the damn team and don't waste the money to hire no coach.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one. So they are going to tell you that the JFF don't have no influence on the selection of the team. But the president stated in the press conference that the JFF will be meeting with the coach to deal with the composition of the team.
Okay.
That means they have told us the coach will not be the one selecting the team.
Okay. That doesn't sound right.
That's exactly what he said. And from there, I was like, shit, here we go again, the merry-go-round. Here we go again. Now, I am going to get to something that the coach said. And the whole world knows I have a lot of respect for Simon Preston and the Reggae Boyz commentary and Sports City.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an indictment on Simon more than it is on the JFF, because Simon is the one that has a YouTube channel that speaks about facts, clarity, and those things.
Okay.
Everything's supposed to be truthful. The coach said Simon told him about 14 young players that debuted for Jamaica.
Okay.
And he said that immediately after making the statement that there are talented young players on the island of Jamaica. The two most highlighted players born in Jamaica that debuted for Jamaica were placed in the national senior team to get caps to have international transfers. Not based on talent, not based on quality, not based on no damn potential.
So
but the coach did not say Simon told him that.
Wow. Damn.
The coach said Simon told him about 14 players, and this is after he spoke glowingly about the talent possibility for Jamaica. And the last part of that was the talent born on the island. So Simon needs to clarify that, because Simon knows that these players were not selected based on their talents nor potential. They were deemed needing the caps to secure their international transfers. So both Whisper and Karim Dixon, who are the most highlighted, did not justify their selection, did not earn their selection to the senior national team. These were all shop window players.
So pretty much what you're saying that because when you come in something and it's new, that's your confusion state. You think that they're trying to already sow seeds in the coach's head already. So even if it's a one opportunity. Okay.
JD, I'm not trying. I'm telling you that the coach is articulating it and the president is articulating it. It is done.
Okay.
It is done. This coach is already placed behind the 8 ball. No matter how damn good he is, Jamaica don't stand to get the best benefits out of it because the corruption continues. And that's it.
Okay.
The truth is, if Simon told him about these 14 players, because he gave that was the number he gave. So let's say Simon told him about these 14 players. If Simon failed to qualify, because the only reason he would use it is because he was given the tablet, the medicine, that we have quality players on the island to make the senior national male team. We don't have sufficient quality players on the island to make no team going international at no age group. And the results from under 15, under 17, under 20 shows exactly that. We don't even have the coaches with the coaching acumen to speak properly, to communicate information adequately to these players.
Because that's what I would say. I don't know if Simon has that education to decide who is good from who is not. So if he says something like that to him bringing information to the coach, I don't know if he has that role. He has that education to evaluate players to know if they are at that level for him to be telling the coach that he has 14 players of that quality, you know, for him to judge. And that could lead up to waste. If they are not good enough, that's an extra time that the coach should have been wasted and stuff. I understand where you're coming from, Pastor. You know, that's why I said if I'm going to go and listen to us. Yeah?
That is exactly my problem. Because they have already set up the coach to waste time. The assessment of the players in Jamaica was clearly highlighted by Wall and Grimm. We don't have them. So anybody that goes to any coach and tells them differently is hypocritical, is lying, is divisive, is
Pastor, would you feel better if he had said, "Oh, we have some players that made the team before"? If he never used the word talent, or because that's the word I said he used, right? Talent.
Jenny, I am not talking about what I would feel better with. I'm talking about what the coach said.
Okay.
I cannot determine the total information that Simon gave him. I can only speak to what the coach said. So
Peter Mystic, you can call in right after Pastor and you give your take. And yeah, so I'm trying to figure. All right. So, all right.
I understand what you're trying to do, but I am not going to postulate that I know the total.
You're just saying what the coach said. You're just saying what the coach said.
I am only dealing with what the coach said.
Okay.
And what the coach said is as instructive as what the coach did not say Simon told him. So the fact that he says Simon told him this, but didn't say Simon told him something else,
Okay.
is as alarming for me.
All right.
Right? So all of them are saying this is our best chance to get to World Cup, and we have to get to World Cup, but you're continuing the same madness.
All right. So, Pastor, hold your point there. Let me, because all them people want to call in. So, because you're a man of the panel, you should have told me that you're a woman, you know. I thought it's Sabbath. It's not Sabbath not start yet. It's Sabbath not start yet. Okay. That's my problem. The Sabbath thing, I can't catch it, you know. So I'm very sorry. All right. So we need to do something. Hold your point. Set up an argument, and because it looks like a lot of people want to push back. Fan of mine, he's going to fight for anything, but other people pushing back as well. So I will give you a chance to can defend yourself directly when you're on the screen. All right. So maybe because after today, my lady job finished, so she's on vacation with us. So we are going to be home, so I can make streams and we can chop it up. All right. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we link up, Pastor. All right, so let me take the rest of the column. All right. So that's Pastor gave his point. All right. All right. Hold on, Peter Mystic. Let me call back because Cranky are calling and I have to call him because he's making him fan base beat me up, so I can't not take his call instant. Then
how you doing?
I'm just telling fans in there that I can't not call you right after. Because you're gonna make your fans and beat me, you know. Yes, I've not forgotten about the beating that I've gotten on that night. I made sure to never talk track and field again.
Well, you know something. It's good that you're venturing out of your comfort zone. That's a good thing. It's a good thing because we can't just keep doing Jamaica football 24/7. There's almost no Jamaica football, so I'm glad you're venturing to come to.
Well, but I was right, and nobody came and said sorry, JD, because you look like you make sense, and the player, the runner, and stuff. Then not come and tell me no.
But you were making sense sometimes. That's why you get beaten.
So you never make the sense, Cranky, when I said, I just feel like the guy, him oxygen. I've talked about the oxygen situation. He doesn't look as comfortable as what you guys are making it out to be. And that happening at the end, Cranky. So give me a little credit, man.
All right. So you get little credit. But anyway, let's talk to football. Let's do football. So I have to take Pastor to task for some of the things that he said. First of all, Pastor, I had the same view that Pastor had when I heard about the 14 players who played for Jamaica. I wasn't as cynical saying, well, they weren't good enough. I was basically saying they were not what I would consider the best players if they're local players. And therefore, when McLaren said, he sort of inferred that this was talent, and we have talent locally. And I'm not saying we don't, but the inference he made is not reflective of what we saw when they got a chance to perform for the national team. But Simon wasn't wrong saying there's 14. We don't know the context of the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe he asked the question, how many players locally have played for the national team in the last year or two? And Simon said 14. He's right. Did Simon say, well, they're not good enough? Is that Simon's job to judge that?
Cranky, that's why I said, I turned around to say to Pastor, is it the word he used? Because remember, he's repeating what Simon told him, you know. I don't know if he was the one went to Simon or Simon came to him. We don't know the situation, you know. So I'm asking if it's the word that caused the problem.
Well, I think when he went on to say about the quality of the talent, because he's then basically saying if there's 14 that played, and he's probably thinking about the talent that English players have, and if you put 14 in the team, then it shows that we have a lot of talent here I can leverage, which to me may not necessarily be the case, right? People get caps for different reasons, whether because we don't have enough in the squad, whether it's monetary reasons, some players can't travel, whatever it is, we don't know the rationale. But I think Pastor is a little bit harsh in my view when he inferred that Simon was being disingenuous. That's what I get it from you're saying. I'm not sure that's how Simon operates, frankly. I think Simon is giving the coach the facts, and it's up to McLaren to determine how he wants to present it. And secondly, the whole concept about the JFF picking the team in September, I would think the coach will not leverage the JFF because he doesn't know the team and the players. He may know the players from England, but he doesn't know the totality of the squad.
Yes,
So how
yes.
you gonna pick a squad that he has no idea what the squad entails and who is what, right? They have to be part of the input. Now, subsequent to September, it's a different story. It will be his job to go do his due diligence, figure out who the other players are, watch the
Okay.
tape of all the players, look at all the players both locally, internationally, and then he's much more informed about who brings into his squad. But right now he needs help.
But
It was always shocking to me when Grimmer come in initially and Grimmer said, I didn't pick the team. And I said, Grimmer, you don't know how them players, so how you pick the team? That don't make no sense.
but Cranky, where I can have the pushback is why I can see other people having problems when those statements lingering around is to say that
Right.
all of the guys that we deemed as good, he can see because they have enough footage on them. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but the
Yeah, go
fantasy
ahead.
stories them that we know Jamaica love give the Cocoa Juice is will always open spaces. So I think that's where people started to take people conversation literally because they know that
Right.
even one or two man they are gonna make up some fantasy, and you know we can make up stories where because even the other day with the runner, I thought that Kishan couldn't lose at no point. I turned off my TV because I'm saying I was listening to you because I was driving because we are convincing people Big Boss. So sometimes that's what I think hurting a lot of people feeling because they just believe that the same story will happen again. That's what I think then.
Oh, no. Let's digress. Kishane, I thought Kishane was going to win because of how he's ran.
Not
how
you,
Noah's
Cranky.
ran.
Cranky, you don't have
Frankly.
defense. You don't have to defend yourself, Cranky. I was not talking you.
No, but I'm just saying, just for all those people who were saying Kishane can't lose, I didn't say he can't lose, but I would agree with them based on how he ran. When you run 9.77 looking around, and the best time in the Olympics is 9.79,
Yes.
it tells you you didn't run your best race.
Yeah, but
You didn't run
Cranky,
your best
Cranky.
race.
But you know what you just said?
Pressure bus pipe.
But Cranky, you know what you just said? He ran something. So you have some documentary report. The word of mouth is for Jamaicans are so convincing. Sometimes the people skip documentary report. And that's what the people can't bother with because them just feel like an next fantasy circus are gonna come back around. And we think we can be honest, Cranky. You know, I'm not gonna put any words in your mouth. So what you saying, Big Boss? You know?
So let me. I don't want to take all time. I know people want to call in. Let me just say this, which is the coach will need some help at the outset of his tenure.
Cranky, before you go, man, you chat. Kishan didn't lose, Cranky. So you know what? Let me not turn this into a track and field. Don't answer to him. Just continue to say what you say.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. Kishan didn't win the goals. He didn't lose, but he didn't win the goals. So wherever you want to put it, that's your problem. Let me just say this. And by the way, Kishan was going to be a monster on the track. Trust me. He's going to be a monster. If he stays
Cranky,
Cranky,
please, not give them no more Kool-Aid. Them have enough.
No,
we know him gonna get good, Cranky. But you see the man him stay cranky, you can't even talk the truth.
I know. I know how we are. You know, I know how we are. Let me just say this, because I don't even want to call in. That the coach, one thing the coach did emphasize now, JD, which we're not monetarily now, is commitment. Right? You think about what he said. He talks about commitment. He talks about behavior. He talks about standards. He talks about people, right? Those were his emphasis throughout the entire conversation. I think somebody mentioned how much time, double-digit time, he talks about commitment, which means you're part of his team, and you don't show commitment, you're not part of his team. I was listening to Talk Sports this morning, right? So people won't be like me saying this. And I hear Simon Jordan says, Ben White should never play for England again, ever. Because the highest honor, wait. The highest honor you can have is to play for your national team. And if you turn down the national team for whatever reason, and Ben White had more reason than you know who, then you should not be part of the setup again. Right? I say that to say this, that people should listen to those things. I'm not saying he shouldn't play. I'm not saying anybody should be banished from the national team. But that's how some people view their country, and that's how they view patriotism. So they view that how you should value the national team. I'm not sure we're getting the same level of value from some of the players who play for Jamaica. Not just the players who are local, just in general. I don't think all the players who are citizens, naturalized or not, I don't think they're as committed as they should be. So I hope the coach stick to his commitment perspective, which is if you're part of the program, you're part of the program. I don't care who you are. If you're Antonio, if you're Pinnock, if you're the prodigal son, if you're Nicholson, if you're not committed, if your behavior not right, if you don't have standard, then you should be part of the program. Because you know what? He talks a lot about recruitment, and he's going to pick the best players based on ability. So we will look to see after this window, not this window, but the next window, what that looks like.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, sir.
All right, respect, yeah. So that is a great Cranky, guys. Cranky, give his take, which is fair enough. You know, he still says I should not talk on track and field, which I have not talked on track and field. You know, and he's the one trying to draw me out in his drama. You know, yes. Oh, hold on, Peter Mystic. All right, hold on, guys. I'm gonna take the cards and eat. I have to take Peter. Peter was here before Damien, don't beat me. All right, so go ahead, Peter. How are you doing?
Yeah, greetings, man. I'm going to be quick. Is Pastor on the line? Can he hear
No,
me?
man, Pastor on the line, but you mean in the chat. So go ahead with your take.
I want to ask Pastor, how many times have a verse in the Bible been taken out of context?
Okay.
Don't you have to sometimes read the whole damn chapter, Pastor, to interpret what that verse is saying or meant? So how can you take one statement from a conversation that you don't even know what the conversation was about and cast this aspersion as if Simon is doing something wrong or nefarious? We need to stop this.
Hold on, Sir Peter, hold on, because the problem is, you know, where I think you have to be careful when Peter, you have to listen to what he said, you know, because he's saying based off, I think that's why I'm asking him, Peter, if it's the word when used, the talent, like, obviously, you know, we talk, Peter, when we say talent, we might not mean above the other guys, them, you know, because remember, the coach is repeating what Simon told him, you know. So I'm wondering what get him upset. So I think it's a line in the word where the coach repeats him, says Simon said. And that I think the problem, you know. That I think everybody are missing, you know. And that I think you mean Peter.
If you and I have a 10-minute conversation, JD, and I said to somebody, boy, JD said, boy, Jamaica harsh, you know, virgin, I would deal with people harsh, you know. Does that mean that you don't like Jamaica?
No.
Or you are trying to cast negative aspersion on Jamaica?
That's why I asked Pastor. That's why I asked Pastor.
So the coach may have asked Simon about how many players he made, you know, he could have asked Simon a question about the local players and how many local players in the team or have played. Simon did not say anything wrong. Is Simon wrong in saying 14 players?
No, if that's why, Peter, that's why I made sure to ask Pastor, and then Pastor can stand on where he wants to stand on. But I have to be the person up here, Peter, because you would have feel away if me just let him talk and me don't ask him back. That's why I'm asked Pastor if for the word you felt away, because I don't hear you say the coach give out more information behind that. So is it the word because him use talent and you just believe, say, there is a next circle of misleading the coach because he's fresh on the island? That's why I asked that, you know, Peter. Because me never get enough information for me to know exactly what Simon said. And then that's why I talked on it as if I don't know the full situation of the conversation, to say then I don't think Simon would have been qualified to evaluate players to tell him that we have 14 talents at the same level as the ones that we are selecting from overseas. That's why I said that. I made sure to say that if that's the way it goes. I never said it like it's a conclusive statement, Peter. So I agree with you that we don't know the full story. And that's why I asked Pastor that. And I said I would like to have a discussion on it. So Pastor will get his time to sit down and give us a way why you get to this point. And then you can come on, Peter. I have no problem. Tomorrow I will be on full vacation because my lady will be home. And I will run the stream. I have no problem, big boss. We know, remember, so our conversation, you know, Peter, is to get to the truth, you know. You understand me? And sometimes I agree with you. Keep your point. I agree with you. And people should not jump to conclusion at no point. It doesn't matter even if people showed you a track record, because you can kill a man 50 days, but you don't kill a last man. That is 100% true, because we have seen enough shootings happen and a man kill 15 man, but him found not guilty for the next man, because he never kill a one there, so you can't assume down the drain. So what I'm pretty much saying is, even though you see a track record of that thing, you can't just jump to say that's what he meant, because it could have been in a lot more other direction, which is definitely true, Peter. And that's why I said let we get people on the panel to discuss that statement overall, or maybe get the same person, Simon, which never really wanted to get, but if that's the case, we'd have to get him and hear what he told the people you know.
I think it's a non-issue. I think we're making a major out of a minor.
Okay,
the coach had a conversation with Simon, and the coach just mentioned that one little thing that Simon said to him during a whole conversation. And the coach may have said to Simon, hey, how many players played for the national team? How many local players you have on the team? And Simon may have said, well, we had 14 that made their debut. You understand? Simon is not wrong in answering that question.
Yes, so 14 had represented. Yeah, okay.
It doesn't mean that Simon is trying to push any local play. In fact, Simon is the last person to do that, because Simon is the man who do what's the deal and about everybody overseas. I've never seen Simon do what's the deal on a local play.
Peter, yeah. You just started a conversation to say don't cast any judgment. So don't jump to, don't hold on to that point to say Simon is the last man to push a local player. All right, because I know, and I respect your claim, because you picked it off based off how you see him act. I have heard Simon said that he would have picked King in his team when you have Ethan Pinnock to select. I've heard that.
I would pick both of them in the team.
I don't know why he said it on the day. Yeah. I was confused, and at that time, when he said that, Peter, I was so upset. But I'm saying, you know what? Maybe what I know about football and how to evaluate them, because I am learning, maybe he doesn't know. Because remember, I was the one fighting for Ethan Pinnock here, you know, telling people that we must be mad to think that this man is not one of the best players in the Concacaf, you know. Because remember, good Peter, people wanted him not to come back after the USA game, you know. Remember, you know, man. And I mean, people now, see what we have some seriously good players. So sometimes calculation can go wrong. But I understand I like how you base it. You base things off. Okay, if I have some track record, I can make I can make a statement on that. You understand me? So you are saying that based on what I saw Simon had done over the years of bringing through these players, which is true, him talk about a lot of youth them overseas, that are 100% fact. You would incline to state that no, I don't think he's going to be the man trying to push an overseas player over a local player over overseas. And I can understand where you come from that. 100%, you know. But I'm just saying, don't die on that hill. Don't die on the hill, Peter. But I understand where you're coming from, and you're right. The track record is there.
Well, listen, Cranky just said basically the same thing. I wasn't even going to call him. I was just going to type in the comment that Cranky made my point for me. So I think the pastor has been a little disingenuous in doing that.
I understand.
And I want to say one more thing. I listened to the conference twice.
Yes.
I did not get what the pastor said, Rickett said about the construct of the team, meeting with the coach for the construct of the team. I never get that. But I'm going to listen to it a third time.
And then you will come back and then all right, that's good.
Yeah, I did not get that at all, Pastor.
But before you go anywhere, the store where we are talking to Peter, you need to answer that, you know. We know now what dialogue between each other, but you need to answer the part. Can Steve McLaren save Reggae Boyz from the position that we're on?
Steve McLaren is the man, Bridget. I like his resume, and I like what I saw yesterday at the press conference. And when you hear him talk about recruitment, and he knows the players, and he knows them agent, and he even know where them live.
yes.
I remember, you know, I am one of the man them who think that Leon Bailey need to apologize to the nation before him come back in the team. You know? When I listen to coach yesterday, I am willing to accept Leon Bailey back in the team, right? As long as the coach have the conversation with him and his teammates are fine with it, I am okay with it.
Okay,
And,
okay, okay.
and I'm okay with the clean slate.
All right.
New coach,
Mm-hmm.
new slate.
All
I am
right.
happy about everything, bro.
I love that here. You know why? Because when I did my video a week ago, you know, and saying the same thing what you're saying now about the coach, people that beat me. But now him speak now. I love how you're calling and you're selling this. You can look watch about my video when I build for the coach, you know. I mean, I say, you know, say a lot of them people I said the man a dinosaur coach. What?
Jenny,
What?
I was watching ESPN UK, right?
Yeah.
And a YouTube vlog that came across, and there were two gentlemen on there, and a black lady that has Jamaican roots, and they were talking about the hiring of Steve McLaren for Jamaica, and every single one of them, and when you listen to them talk, they know a thing or two about football. They know more
Yes.
than me and you. Well, maybe you want them know more than you, but they know definitely know more than
I
me.
think they
And
should
a lot
not
of
know
people-
more than me, but maybe they know more.
And a lot of people, right? And
Yes.
you know what they were all saying? How did Jamaica
Get
pull
this
this off?
coach.
Basically, they're saying, wow, Jamaica got a really good coach.
Whilst-
How were they able to do it?
Ah.
And in the context of that conversation,
Mhm.
the reason why they even were saying that, because Nigeria had put
Thank
$2
you,
million
thank you, Mr. Peter
on-
Mystic. So
on the
Pete,
plate.
yes, so Peter Mystic. That's why I asked the question: can Stephen McLaren save Reggae Boyz? Because I honestly believe that our people, me love where you put it in. The people is the problem. You think them gonna frustrate him like how we frustrate Mr. Algrimson?
Reggie, this man have 35 years of coaching experience
Okay.
dealing with all over the world, dealing with all kinds of people, you know.
All right.
This is not Al Grimson, Reggie. This is a major upgrade on Al Grimson.
So you're saying that?
Nobody is gonna be able to influence this coach.
So
you hear how many times he talk about recruitment and talk about commitment and talk about heart and talk about standards and principles and behaviors. You hear much time I want to talk about that?
Yeah.
You know,
No,
so
I know,
that-
Peter, I know I was researching and I was giving people the information to say that even the football that they were talking about is absolutely lie. This man actually can play modern football and at a good level as well, which is really respectable because what he learned, he kind of joined it with what he did throughout the English channels. You understand me? And this story, if he can deal with big players, brother, the man, I mean, the coach David Beckham, you know, I wonder if people actually
course.
know these things.
You know why our chest as Jamaicans so damn high that we think, I mean, who is supposed to get to coach a team? Who? I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, but anyway, I know other people need to call him, so I will leave it there.
All right, respect again. Yeah, man, and I like the way you put it, you know, but at the same time, at least, I like the way you put it. So respect, Mr. Peter, yeah?
Yeah, man. All right, cool.
All right, so let me take the rest of the calls. Remember, we only have 90 more minutes. Guys, you're just coming in. Please do it like button. It's only 2 hours you're going to run the show for, all right? Yes, so let me call back my boy right here. Hear what he's saying. And guys, people just giving their opinion on the situation. Know yourself, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes, he coached. Go ahead, Mr. Damien. How are you doing?
I'm good, JD. About yourself?
I am fresh, you know, fresh. They beat me when Spain lost, you know, and they said that's the reason why I'm not on the internet. But it's because I have my kid keeping, you know.
Are you sure? Because you did disappear. You disappeared for a couple of days. So I said, oh, okay.
Yes, it was not because the Spain beaten. Omar Fowling
right.
tried to sell that narrative. Jason, he's always selling some narrative about me. So he gets a good point to sell a narrative, saying that is because Spain get better. Umzo, he's always selling a narrative. Jason and Umzo is the same exact thing. I don't know if they are twins. You understand me? Yeah, so all of them selling narratives. But it was because I'm busy with the lady, my little kid. I showed them yesterday I was at our grandma. She was in the pool. I'm showing them proof. And they're still making up excuse and stories, you know. But I'm going to leave them alone. That's how they're going to be, you know.
Well, JD, I give you some, I give you props and on certain examples for dads, how to be a better father, how to be a father.
for the kids to be in the
I am
kid
learning.
life.
I am
So I do have to
learning.
give
I
you
am
props.
learning. Can't say I'm the
Yeah,
best,
we
but
all
I'm
learning,
learning.
but you're making an example. So I have to, people look at that. People listen to you speak. So I got to give you props for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Respect. So, based on first thing, I know you heard two of the callers, Peter, Mystic, and Cranky, saying that, yo, them call up your boss name, you know. Them
Listen,
call up your boss name, so I don't want you to call in just for that. I wanted to call in on the subject matter as well. Yes, but anyone you want
okay,
to
so
start
which
on,
one? Which one do
yeah.
you want me to start with? Which one do you want me to start
I don't know. You just do what you want to do. I can't bother with this, because when I heard
with?
Cranky saying, I'm saying, Jesus God, Damien will call in now.
Okay, so you see, when I listen to people, I listen to understand, and I try to do my research before I say anything. Then I look at the track record of someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the track record of Leon Bailey, I never heard him being a difficult player to get along with.
Okay.
I always heard he's a leader. I always heard of his fight, his grit, him being tenacious. So for him to come to his own country and be labeled as something that he's not, I have an issue with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that everything that this man is saying is coming full circle, he doesn't need to apologize for anything. What does he need to apologize for? Please tell me.
You have to be careful, determine. You can't sometimes. I understand that you're saying that he has a right to leak out on the conversation. That is true, but certain things in it. So why he apologized to Aston Villa?
Okay, so all right, so context matters.
Yes,
True.
context matters, and
All
I know
right,
the context.
okay,
That's
so
why I'm gonna ask you.
okay. Oh no, certain. Let me rephrase that. The way that he represented himself by the things that he said, I think he was frustrated, right? But not because you're frustrated. You should realize the power that you have. You can't say certain things, right? So yes, a couple of things that he said in a couple of his interviews may have rubbed Jamaicans the wrong way, and it's true. So I do have to acknowledge that. I can't be ignorant to that. So yes, certain things he do to apologize to the nation for. Just because a lot of kids, adults, they're fans of Leon Bailey. We look up to him right now. Just because he's a local player and he's very successful and he's good at what he does. So he needs to acknowledge the things that he said, and yes, he needs to apologize. True. Because if you can find it in your heart to apologize to Aston Villa, you can find it in your heart to apologize to your nation. So you're absolutely correct. So I do have to, let me say that and not make it seem like I'm being ignorant, right?
Yeah.
As far as the head coach, me listening to the press conference, wow, the head coach is going to have a very difficult time, right?
Mm-hmm.
His favorite word, and I'm still shocked to see. I don't know how Jamaica pulled this off, but I commend them for that. The JFF pulled it off. I commend them for it. He's a damn good coach. His favorite I think his most favorite words that he used in that press conference was commitment. He wants the best players and discipline. And JFF struggle with all three.
Okay.
If you look at, go ahead.
So that means you're leading into trying to answer what I posed on the topic. Can Steve McLaren save Reggae Boyz then? Because you're saying that they are not in certain areas. You're saying that they have failed, right? And they kept failing. So wouldn't that make it harder for him to be a success?
And that's what I'm saying. He's going to have a very hard task at hand. And it's not the players, because we have players. probably the commitment side of it, you probably have, but the thing is, if you look at this guy's track record, everywhere he goes, he make his mark, right? The guy he has grit. He's a tenacious guy. He's a fighter. He's a disciplinarian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think he's one of those coaches that a lot of people respect based on the thing. Even when you listen to him talk, he's like he'll personally speak to these guys, and he knows how to say, hey, listen, are you committed or you're not committed? This is what I expect from you, right? Yeah. And I think that with him just being the person that he is, the commitment side of it, I think players will buy into it, right? But as far as the federation itself, the federation has to let go of their old ways and give this man the full autonomy to do what he needs to do. And this is the problem right there. I don't think the federation have it in them based on their track record. That's all I can go off of is a federation track record. You can hire whoever you want to hire. But if your track record is poor, what can I expect from it?
Okay.
So the main problem is going to be the coach. Right now, everything is smiles, right? And if you listen to the conference, these guys basically come out and basically said to him, hey, listen, don't expect anything first world, right? But we'll give you the best that we can give you. Like, you don't say these kind of things, like, publicly like this. Because basically you're setting the coach up.
Okay.
These things supposed to be said. On a one-on-one basis. Hey, coach, what do you need? This is what I can offer. This is what I can't offer.
Mm-hmm.
Can you work with it? But for you to put that out there in the atmosphere, is basically you're setting up the coach to fail.
Okay. So you think it's going to be a tough one, a tough one for as it relates to get the main thing what the people want, which is to qualify. I think it's going to be a tough one.
Correct.
But overall, you think he's going to be
one.
a success, like based on the fact that he knows Jamaica culture. He's from England. He's dealing with them.
Mm-hmm.
He's dealing with them a long time. So I think that makes it better than Mr. Algrimson, because Mr. Algrimson came in at a time when you would literally say that he has to come here and learn the culture. I think this man would have known about Jamaica culture already. You don't think that makes it slightly more of a easier way to be a success? Like, as in, not qualify, but to get the team to a different level, a better level. Because what I deem as success is anything better than what you had from before. That's what I deem as success. Not necessarily qualifying for no World Cup, but the team have a system, a style of play, and we get the overseas and local thing understand, fully cleared to say that coaches should get full autonomy. I think if a coach come and get full autonomy, and that is the way to go, that alone in Jamaica is a success. That alone in a Jamaica success, because I don't think any coach came here, including Simons, and had the full autonomy to do what he wanted to do. So I think that alone is a success. So if he can steady the ship, we have a system, a style of play, and also he has the full autonomy, and he puts it in statements to say that this is what coaches should get, and the JFF start to work with him. I think that alone is a success. I don't think people actually know how far we are as it relates to being a good run organization and a good run team. I don't think people know how far back it is. So I think we just jump in to say that World Cup. I think it's tougher to qualify for World Cup, man. Some things where we should be giving people over the top credit for, we make it look like it's normal.
But see, JD, the thing is, you said a lot there. So let me try to unpack it, right? Compare this coach to Al Grimson, right? When it comes to Al Grimson, I think he had a culture shock. He didn't expect this. He didn't expect the mentality of the people. We have a beautiful country, but the mentality of the people is very warped, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying everyone on that island, but majority. I think it's a half and half, right? Now the new coach he's more knowledgeable of what's going on the island as far as football. And the mentality, I think he knows how the mentality is when it comes to Jamaicans and how we think, and also how we play football, right? Where he's going to struggle is the selection of the team. This guy basically says that he wants the best, and JPL players are not the best, right? From what it seems like, this guy is going to be most majority overseas players, and overseas players consist of players that's left the island playing overseas.
Yes.
Could be USA, wherever, it doesn't matter. But I don't see him selecting anybody from JPL, and if he does, probably one, probably two. But for him, he kept repeating quality wants the best. That's going to be a struggle. Discipline, that's going to be a struggle. Organization, that's going to be a struggle. These are the words he kept repeating. But I commend the JFF for selecting this coach based on the coach knowing the mentality of the people, the mentality of the organization. But can he work with the mentality of the people? I don't see that, because his coaches are very professional, organized.
That's why I like when the callers them call in and give their takes. You know? So based off what you just said, should it be World Cup or he feels then? Because if you're stating so much things and saying, oh, hard it is, should we stop looking at things as just what you call it? Should we stop looking at things as just plain blank? You understand me? And just that's it? Or we should actually properly evaluate the man and try to add some education in this thing and say that this is a hard job and we have to evaluate this man properly. Because I think that we have not been evaluating this man properly then, based off that same statement. Because I heard all of them people talking, oh, the coach not good, this, that, ray. And if he make World Cup, he need to go. Should we stop off that high unnecessary standard?
But this is what I'm saying, the mentality of our people. A lot of our people just talk. And when you talk, it's just hot air. There's no facts behind it. We must do our research. And when you do your research, you'll get your answers. This is the best coach that ever hit this island, period, hands down, for the national team when it comes to qualifications, right? I think the JFF has a gem. If they can let us sit back, put on their seatbelts, strap up, and just go along with the ride, because this guy would teach them a lot, not only from on the pitch, but also organization skills, because he has it. It's now up to us. It's not up to him, right? If he doesn't make it to the World Cup, right, it's kind of unfair because he didn't come in from the beginning. So now we're rolling the dice and we're praying. But if he doesn't make it, that doesn't make him a failure.
And that's what I said as well. And that's why you heard me from the other day. I said that I don't really want much of this, because some of these people, they don't let me believe in them anymore. And at the start of the program, I should have said, because through this program, I've said it, that I think all of them people are some criminals. And I know that Cranky never happy with that statement that I've made. But remember, I know I've made sure to put it in context what I'm talking. You get me? And I get to feel like, say, even some of these fans, that's why even now you see me come here, I don't want nobody try half of me anything. If you're doing it to my channel, you're doing it to my channel, period. All right? Nothing else. You're doing it to my channel, period. I don't want you to call me personally and say anything. All right? I don't want you to do that, because I don't want you to tell me what narrative I need to put out and all of them stupid things there. You get me? Because sometimes I get to realize that people try to sell narratives to you. You get me? Don't tell me what to talk about. My thing is all about football. If the football don't play, I have nothing to say. because that means I will go on a different country and do what I have to do. Period. All right? Yes.
And JD, I've come on your show before. I've said this. If you want to look at an organization, and if an organization is failing based on why they're failing, you look at first, the main thing that they scream about is the finance, the money. You follow the money to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Then you have the courage to talk about it.
Yeah,
Then
but
you look at 1 second, JD.
Yeah.
Then you look at the budget of the organization, right? A lot of us see what's going on, but because we're compromised, we can't speak about it. And JD, I don't know you from anywhere. Nowhere I know you from, but this channel. My money can buy you. You don't want it, and I respect you for that. You can speak as free as you want. A lot of people think I call you behind the scene. No, none of that's BS. I don't know you, right? And and this is why I think you get so much of a pushback, because you cannot. No one can tell you what to say and how to say it, because you're not compromised by anyone. You see the facts and you speak about it. And this is why I give you so much credit, and you need to give yourself credit. Because a lot of people in the organization can't say
remember,
that.
you usually fight with me, and I said, determine. If I see that Bailey is wrong, I am not going to say anything otherwise. But if I see that the other party is wrong, well, let me just calculate my information, and believe me, when the time comes, I am going to say what I have to say. So it tells you that maybe sometime you're going to come, you're eating me in a conversation, but I'm just going with as what Peter said, what presents itself, that's what I have to work with. If I see that Bailey made a rash move, I can't blame the JFF, because the inner working I am not privy to as yet. So when I get the JFF side now, I put it together now, and then I can say, you know what, Bailey did right, and that's why just a while ago I said, yes, Bailey was right on certain things, but at certain point he said some things that Mike can put the entire team in a riff, which is not necessary. You understand me? Because he was going off the JFF after the JFF at the time, and then he made some statements like, "Oh, they're not picking the right players." That was the coach, You understand me? So if you say picking the right players, that you're trying to say that, okay, maybe you start to have a problem with the coach there, when really and truly maybe I try to target the JFF. So he had said things out of terms, and that is all I was saying. I have to just evaluate the conversation. We can't be reactionary. We have to just stay on the points, period. All right?
No, you're right. Facts matters, context matters. You're absolutely correct. And as I said, brother, you have taught me a lot. Don't just jump to conclusion. Look at the facts, read about it, and accept it for what it is. Do your research, read other titles, not articles, not just one, but 2, 3 different articles. Now make a decision, right? And I like to end it with this. As I said, I commend the JFF for selecting this coach, because he's a damn good coach.
And we stick on that. That's what I had said from before, and I'm not going to say anything different. He's a decent coach. But what is Jamaica?
Correct.
What is Jamaica? Are they ready for people? Are they going to evaluate people? Because I saw people came here and did great, and they made up stories. You get me? And that's all. That's what I'm into, to make sure we straighten that story side. Period. Like the lies and the unnecessary stories, it's not going to be sold here.
That's it. And
all right, respect. Yeah.
Is the JFF ready for change?
Let's see. We are going to see. We are going to see. Respect. You're big boss.
JD, thanks for everything that you do. Have a great day.
Yeah, man. Big up. All right. So people, that was determined, and as what we said, we have to going forward. That's why you saw me paying attention to specific things. You get me? I did the youth 15s. I never came here to do any McLaren thing, because we are not doing this for views. Views will come regardless. I did the youth 15s. People still watched it. You understand me? People still watched it. and we collected more information, which is always important, because they can't go around and fool me when I've collected the information, period. And that is the way to success. I'm going to stand on business, collect all the information, provide, and try to put it in the context, the best possible context. And that's why I did the Youth 15s, because I thought that we need to figure out where the problem is coming from. If you say we have to go by the quota system, fair enough. I've taken a word for it. I want to see where these players are going to get benefited, and how the bridge is going to come. And based on what I saw from U15s, I am not seeing the bridge as yet, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think it should just be open, and the best players make it. So if we have a 1 and 2 gems, we put them back in. And then they can go back to their clubs with specific informations. Then you work on yourself, then the Youth 17 sets. If you achieve those, that's when they get picked. And then we still look back for the next gem at the Youth 17 levels, and that's how you have to keep on rolling it. I don't think the quota system works in no way or form. All right? It just don't work. All right? Coach Teddy says, no, Michael Sada said, JD is a free thinker, a progressive human. Yeah, man, but we have always approached it that way, and that's how we can't change. Obviously, people not going to like us a lot of times, but we stand on business at all times. Go ahead, Jason. Wagwan.
Wagwan, JD, how you stay?
I am a little bit busy. Almost. I've gone over my 2 hours. So you call on the tour. So go ahead.
I'm sorry. Look, I won't be long. I just wanted to. You asked a good question. Can McLaren save the Reggae Boyz? Right. That's the question. Right.
Yes.
So my take on that question. I don't know if it's a matter of McLaren saving us, right? And furthermore, it depends on what is saving to certain people, right? Because for me, saving the Reggae Boyz doesn't mean so simply making the World Cup.
Yes. Like the way.
I think it's a bit deeper than that. And the reason why I say that is because even though, because I heard the coach's remarks when he mentioned that Simon let him know 14 players made their debuts. But I don't know if everyone recognized that as soon as he made that statement, there was a word he used directly after that. And you know what that word was? But. He said, yes, 14 players have made their debuts, but that is not really why I am here. I am here to get best possible players to get us to achieve the goal that I have been tasked with achieving.
Which is to qualify for the World Cup.
Correct. And I don't believe that people really heard that part. They got so triggered by him knowing the 14 players. On the path of what Pastor and Peter were kind of going back and forth about, I would have to tend a little more to lean towards what Peter was saying. And that's rare because I don't really agree with a lot of the things he says. But today I thought he got it spot on because he said, context matters. And we are context people. Well, I am, and I know you are. Context is a very important part of any conversation. So unless we were privy to the actual conversation, because you know that Simon is a historic stats person. So he probably just had a bunch of facts about how the team has been going and presented it and spoke of it. I don't think that it has to mean, well, you see these 14, we need to try to make sure 3-4 of them. I don't know if that, I'm not going to level that towards Simon, right? I will say.
Which when Pastor had said it, I never said he's lying. I never said he's not lying. I never said anything like that. It's just his interpretation. So I was trying to figure out what was the reason why he said that. That it was my reason. I'm saying, is it the wording? Because if when you use certain things, it's a trigger word as to what you just alluded to. When you said nobody listened to what the coach said after that. So I was just trying to figure out if it's just because the coach referred to Simon saying that oh, we have the 14 talents there. So once you say the word talent, everything that get out, which if that are the exact word he used there, which they could still class as talent, whatever grade they want to put them in. You understand me? I could see where Pastor take it and get it triggered, which you could see that, and everybody else can see that as well, because it's a scale it's a bring out now, because they are here listening to it every day. So I understood what Pastor, if that's what he meant, I understood from that side. You understand me? For him to refer to say that talent, and maybe he's saying that the coach already started to perceive them as the same level. But Peter is correct as well, because Peter said, but you never know what was said throughout the whole conversation. So maybe what you are alluding to think that the coach already believe that they can go to the same level, maybe he's not, because maybe the conversation was a little bit different to say that, okay, how much players played for Jamaica already? Give me them so I can focus on them. And then he says 14. Maybe that was the case. You understand me? He never really graded how good they were, but he used the word talent. You understand me? And that was the trigger moment. So that's what I was actually saying. People will always say all sort of foolishness. That's why I just said what I said with Pastor at the same time, and don't argue with the fans what they believe, because I know that whatever you say, people will perceive it as something completely different. You will have maybe some other idiot come and say that me and Pastor that disrespect. Me and Pastor said this, when really and truly minister not none at all.
And again, I side more with Peter's view on it, but I don't misunderstand where Pastor is coming from, because at the end of the day, you cannot avoid the historical context of the conversation with the coach, AFF. So I get it. But again, if the coach wants to have a clean slate, right?
Yes.
Do you think that should also be something that the fans should be doing, or no?
Yes, of course. When I came in and assessed the coach, what I said, no, it should be a clean slate. If Leon Bailey should come back, why should you be on the opposite side of clean slate, then telling me, say, Leon Bailey should be coming back without apologizing? That come like this is not a good conversation, because that shows only when you're biased, only when you are biased, you just give in to one thing. So it has to be a clean slate. That's what I've always said from the last video I did. It's in the same video. I've said, why is it we can't just seems to reason out things? Even the other day, I had a comment on my video. Yo, JD. It was 155. I don't know when 155 is serious or he's joking. I don't know.
Yeah, he trolls a lot, but maybe sometimes there's truth to his trolling. I'm not sure.
He's saying, yo. He's saying, yo, you know, JD. We don't need a more white coach, because the next man to come and cut me out. And I've said, I wrote back to him and said, you don't know what happened. You don't know what happened with the coach and the JFF. So why you jumping to pick the JFF side, but every time with Leon Bailey you pick the opposite side?
Yeah. And again, the clean slate business, we've heard this before, Remember, Andre Blake was outcast and the coach come in and said clean slate, and everybody applauded him for being able to do that. So I don't know what would be different in this scenario. Maybe, and again, I know Bailey's actions were a bit more egregious than what Blake had gone through with the JFF in terms of the fans feeling disrespected. So I get it. There'll be more feelings involved. But if the coach say he want the clean slate, then we have to work with that. And I'm fine with that. And another thing as well. Remember when the last coach got here, his first press conference, yes, there were some things he said that we weren't really agreeing with, but for the most part, we said, hey, he's so unprofessional, I like it. And as his relationship with the JFF continued, he got less and less professional in his public speaking engagements. I will never forget when we came third in the Nations League, the man literally looked on the press room and said, well, at least I know we will reach back to Jamaica now.
Well. Now you can put things together now and realize that the discussion about him wanting extra money was having at that same time. So now you can look at it from two sides now to say that maybe that was a dig and stuff. You have to be honest to ourselves. So even though he was right, because the Leon Bailey situation did go on at the same time. But now you know, say, the money asking for it go on at the same time as well. So,
Yes.
even though I'm telling you, people, this saga of Jamaica is a special case, and I can tell you guys, don't spend your true honest time. If you have your time with your family, avoid phones, avoid calls, avoid talking, because if you have something to do, please do it.
Yeah,
Please do it, all right?
and the last thing I would say, right? You know,
Oh, we have Reggae
I
comment here. I will read this comment right after. All right? Yeah.
we should definitely
Yes,
continue.
Fana, avoid mix up. That's the only way you can avoid mix up. Avoid phone calls. Because before you go, Jason,
Yeah.
I was here. I was busy. Obviously, the whole I want to know, because the one thing about me, I've shared my life publicly. If I'm going to be busy for next week, you know me not going to answer my phone, answer this, answer that, and I will be back. You know? So I had said, people, just call in the phone when it's my phone day, when I'm on the phone. Don't send me any information. You know that I was off. I don't know what's happening in the Jamaica football. I was busy. When I do have the time, I went and do Olympics, which I love that a lot of people came over to the Olympics with me. Simon, I'm going to come to the comments right after. Came over to the Olympics with me and everything. And I never paid any attention to Jamaica. And I'm telling you, one of the most distasteful thing happened. I'm not going to call anybody name, but I never liked it. Like 5 to 6 commenters. I'm wondering if they are in a WhatsApp group making up these stories and trying to force it on me to talk on it. And I tried not to talk on it. It's like them people want to sell a narrative who to be in the JFF, who to be around the team, and all them stuff there. And that's why I'm telling people, reaching out to these vloggers right on my own channel, don't take people money. Don't take people money, because they're going to ask you for favors and push narratives, maybe other people telling them to push as well. I had to come back and say, oh, I don't even bother read it, you know, man. I don't even bother read none of the comments from nobody. I don't want to hear about nothing. I'm a football man, and if it's not football playing, I don't want to hear about it. I'm not selling narrative. I don't talk about JFF personnels or nothing. I don't do that on this platform. And you can't say I've done it unless they cross the path of what I'm trying to achieve, because I'm a story pretty much writer type of person. I try to close the stories. So we have to be very, very careful. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Jason. That's why I wanted to clear that up, to make you know that it could be problems as well. Some people come in different forms and their intentions are completely different. Believe me.
True. Yeah, the last point I was going to make is just this. I believe, right, that the previous coach, as Determined said on his last call, I agree totally that it was a big culture shock for him. He wasn't expecting the amount of scrutiny at every turn, every decision, right? I believe that Steve McLaren is much better equipped when you look at some of the places he's been, when you look at his time with the England national team, some of the big calls he made. Remember, this man said David Beckham not good enough for the national team in England, when David Beckham was the darling of the country. So I don't think that the pandering and some of the things we might have seen and thought Halgrimson was getting into.
Yes.
I just can't see this coach having that same approach, because I believe he'll be able to stand up in a room of reporters who all might be upset with his decisions and explain to them why he's doing what he's doing.
Yes.
And he will not care what they think.
So,
that's just my take on
so
it.
when I built a video last week, Jason, saying that, why wouldn't make me get so much beaten for Uno come and say the same thing next week? Because me never hear your comment on that, or you never watch the video.
I must have missed that one, because I was.
When me had to break down the coach, and me tell him say he's a very good coach, and this style of play foolishness with him I talk about. Furthermore, I think and who him can't deal with big, him how him gonna deal with big talents. I mean, about bigger talents of a million miles over Jamaica. What are we talking about?
The man was the head coach
for the national team.
The head coach for the national team. Not only that, he was the head coach of the '99, one of the greatest club teams of all time. You telling me there weren't egos and scrutiny for that?
So I think people need to start going back and just and viewers, I'm not saying I'm not fighting against anybody, but you need to hold vloggers accountable for the foolishness of them push, because some of the time they are the ones putting the coaches them and people not accepting the coaches them, because remember, you might know, because you done the research. But the other man that's coming off and trusting somebody, they don't do their researches. And that push off the people, man, and unnecessary pressure under some of the coaches, and that's one of the things that I've always pushed back on. And we have to stand up for something, man, because these foolishness. And that's why people, and the first comment under the video, Jason, was, I can't believe, look how long we wait on JD to talk about it, because finally somebody makes sense.
Well, I finally did a program on it, and I only waited to hear from the coach, because it didn't make sense until I heard him speak, and I heard the questions leveled to him and how he answered them. I thought that would make for a good program, right? So I didn't really get caught. Even when he was hired, I didn't say anything. I was waiting for the day of the press conference to think about it. And I thought it was the best decision I could have made, because all this speculation and stuff, as I said last night, I don't wrong anybody for making content. They can do whatever they want to do, whatever. But I wasn't going to do it, because I thought without the context of hearing him speak in the set that he was in yesterday, what really were we talking about?
But okay, I'm gonna beat you, okay? It seems like after the fact person, when people beat me, when I say them stuff here, you never stand up, let me leave you alone, because me don't have a question about body parts,
Eddie, Surely from how I comment when I'm around, you see me don't talk whatever I want to talk. You always accuse me because I talk too much.
No. I'm just, it's okay. All right, sir. All right. I have not questioned anybody's parts. All right, people. Because
somehow that dropping at the camera.
Yes, because I'm saying, oh, you're calling and you're saying everything that I've been saying. I said I'm not going to talk about the coach, because I know that the coach is not what people telling people. And when the coach comes, I will say that he has announced. I broke down what the coach did over his time, and I will listen to what he's saying. Until then, I'm not going to cover one damn message on this coach,
Well, JD, I know it's shocking to you, but it is possible for us to agree on something, okay?
Okay, sir. All right. You take me over my time. Take care.
And the last thing I'm gonna say, just to keep the balance of not agreeing with you.
Yes.
It was a damn and one foul on the 3-point shot. Goodbye.
It was what you said? It wasn't.
It was.
It was an and one foul. All right. The other chat smoke you. Yeah. A cranky smoke. Go cuss cranky on that. Cause cranky and everybody agree. Yeah. So you can cuss all you want.
Him show later is on the EPL, me no business. I will go in there and say, Cranky, you're wrong. Basketball have a rule called continuation.
All right. I'm in my time, I will break it down. So when them attack later, I will have the education to come and attack you with it. All right.
All right, big up.
All right, yeah. All right. So let me read out the comments from Simon, because early on, hold on, Peter, what on, Peter? Me just read out Simon comments in, because Simon in the chat. I'm gonna try to read them out first.
Yes.
You're calling back for give or take, big boss?
No, read Simon comment. I can wait.
Okay. All right. So first one, Jerry, what's going on? Long time no see. I think it's important to take context into everything. Saying 14 JPL players made their debut for Jamaica in 2024 does not mean we will have to. But Simon, you're directing something to me that I have not said anything on. All right. It was a caller. A caller of my show that I can agree with, which is a pastor from my show. All right. So you are saying something, Simon, and at the same time you have to follow your same rules, which you don't know exactly, because clearly someone says something to you but never told you the context that it was in as well, which I know that's what happened. All right. Yes. But I agree on that already. Already. And I said about the number. The number, I have not changed my number. My phone broke. But and it was only out for maybe a week and a half. So it only takes me in that week and a half period, Simon. That's the only way I have not gotten the message. Because every one of the messages that they sent me before, I have gotten. All right? Yes. um, okay. Simon said he's not directly to me. But yes, Peter and others, believe me, Simon. You see here, one thing you can respect our platform on. Everyone have a voice. Peter Carlin, Cranky Carlin, they said they disagree with Pastor on his take. Jason Carlin said he agreed. I had not said anything about that. I have actually agreed on their statements. So our platform is civil enough, educated enough for people can have rational conversation. I've asked the pastor when he was saying that, I asked him, is it the word trigger you? Because through the coach measure, it says talent, which talent is a broad-based thing. So that would have been wrong on the pastor to judge what he meant by you saying talent. You understand me? But you have to go back into that same metric, Simon, and look at why the people have PTSD. Because through they always heard the mathematics for people to end up in the national team, and then after the fact, people saying that they are not good enough. So that's the reasoning. That was the conversation I was trying to get out of Pastor. That's why I continued the conversation. If you pull the video back up, you realize it. But I know you will rewatch it as well because you like to get context with things, you know? All right, so go ahead, Peter Mystic. And then.
Yeah, I just called back in to say one thing, because I think, well, first of all, how come Pastor is always on the panel, and this morning when he's the hot topic, he's not on your panel?
Because it's easily to explain. Simon would have known that. Simon is using Simon is using the same thing because Simon asked me about the same thing that I've used, and I gave him the information on it. When you're using it, once you start and you said no available shared link, it's not going to be available, so I can't add him on it. If I'm using a WhatsApp link, or if before the stream start, I said I can add people, you will see the screen smaller. It will go in a smaller portion. Then it will make space. So YouTube only allowed 2 people to join this one, and you will know when I'm using the system. It will be smaller. So that's the only reason why Pastor can't join this one, because this was not something intended for Pastor. This was intended for the Youth 15s program, what I'm working on, Peter, because I'm a person, I always do football. And the Youth 15 programs going on, Jamaica played, and Jamaica playing today again, El Salvador. And I've broken down everything because I wanted to know where the problem is coming from. And then I just put the Reggae Boyz part because people pressuring me to talk on Reggae Boyz. I've done several videos, Peter, and you don't come over here, you know why? Because Reggae Boyz was not on the title. That's why I never got the link.
Yes. So in other words, Pastor is not hiding. He's not.
No, Pastor is not hiding, man. That's why I said tomorrow. That's why I said tomorrow, when I can build the stream over, I will do so. Remember, I have the kid in Peter. I've started my stream, said that my wife will be on vacation tomorrow, so I can do content anytime. Pull my video back from the start, and you're gonna hear it. I said today my wife is on the last day she's going to work, and I have to keep my kid. That's why I'm not even covering the Spain game. And one half of the Spain game might gone so far, and I don't even get to cover my Spain game. I shouldn't be here so long, but it's Uno Peter. Uno have a way to draw out people to make them stay longer than 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I really like callback. I feel like there's another thing that needs to be cleared up. I feel like people in the YouTube space,
yes,
they sometimes hear something and they run with a narrative because it's fashionable. Like it's fashionable to berate the JFF, right?
Yes.
So when it come on to the Leon, and we look like we just like to pull out the one little negative. You know that yesterday, the court said that he talked to Mr. Speed, talked to the president, and he talked to Dennis Trump about Leon Bailey. And he said they all said this is a good lad that needs to be in the team. Nobody said nothing about that, you know. Nobody said nothing about that. But we run and pick out the one like a negative. You see how everybody forget that?
Yeah, but Jason just called in and said the coach answered the question right after it. But nobody got that because through what he said about Simon's situation, about the talent, everybody just kick off there because that's what they're waiting for. So they never wanted to hear nothing after. So Jason just said, Peter.
So no, I didn't hear
Jason just actually said himself. Him explained the coach said right after, and everybody missed it because through them of the PTSD of everybody. They must say, let us see the way our local players are gonna get into that team here. So that's where they have a problem with now. So they must listen to anything. So maybe they can get tunnel vision. And I think that is the conversation on this video. Sometimes we can get tunnel vision and don't even listen to anything after, which the context matters. You understand me?
Yeah, and I want so here's I said I have to say this. Leon Bailey is not suspended. Leon Bailey selection is suspended. There's a difference. Okay? And let me explain. The JFF explained this, and I'm going to try to explain. The reason why the JFF is doing this, because of the mix-up the last time, with Leon being named in the squad, and then Leon came out and said it's misinformation and he's not, you understand? This is a reason why the JFF suspended the selection of the player. In order for that to be changed, Leon Bailey, the ball is in Leon's court. Leon Bailey just has to write it and say he's ready and available. And that changed everything.
Yeah, but Peter.
In other words,
Peter.
Go ahead.
I know you're trying to make sure you take out the pressure, but he is suspended. But the suspension can be up. No, Peter. The people must suspend the selection. I've talked to them. It is still a suspension, but everything what you said after is valid, but it is a suspension just the same. But make sure the suspension. No, you can add something to it, Peter, but you can't avoid the fact it is a suspension. It is, Peter.
So let's go with what.
But it's not a binding. It's not a suspension that you have to serve a specific amount of days. If you call in, work out things properly, them not just calling, because they want the problem with Craig. But you see, Peter, you had to say people miss things, You miss the part of them tell you, say, them want to work out things. So that means everything works smooth after that. So they want to solve this problem with Craig Butler as well. So it is a suspension. Incursion, it is a suspension. All right, so hold on, Peter. Hold on. Incursion and fight me from day one here. So the people who suspend him don't know what it is then, because them tell me say it is a suspension and explain the context around it, which is exactly what Peter's saying. But them say it is a suspension because him can't just turn up and say him want to play and he put himself available and it just go instant. Everything have to go in line so them can rectify things. It's not, even if he writes the letter, Peter, they are not going to just put him in the team, and that makes it a suspension. He has to write and sort out the process how things goes after.
No, he just has to say I am ready and available. That's all he has to say in writing. That's all. Because listen, JD, the reason why this is done is that there is no more mix-up where he's and then him come out on social media and say, boy, is misinformation. I am not ready to play for the national team.
But Peter, it was a confusion. But Peter, it was a confusion between Craig Butler, the Gen Sec, the coach, and himself. So it was a confusion right there. So they made sure to put it in writing. But I'm telling you, Peter, Mr. Speedem will have to come out and explain it, because it is not only that they need to, and that they have to say the truth, man. That's the only thing I don't like, Peter. Sometimes it's like they miss out words, they don't want the backlash. But if he writes the letter, he has to make other statements to clear up things with the players, them, the current players there now. It's not just so. They want him
Well,
to
I
talk
agree
to him
with that,
directly.
JG, because I am the one who said that I don't think he should come back and play on the national team unless he apologized not only to his players but to the nation. That's how I feel.
And that's how them feel to Big Boss,
Right.
because that's what they explained to me. So me can't understand how it's like we are trying to omit a little part there to just make it seem, because what we're trying to avoid now, Peter, what I'm trying to avoid, is the Jamaican people going back to make it seems like or a JFF a fight against him. But I think the JFF have stand on it to say that no, yes, his selection is suspended, but because of this problem and this continued problem, because remember, him remove himself from the team first, then them try to work out a way to get him back in the team, and that was between the coach, the Gensec, and Mr. Butler. So because of all of that, we put that in place for solve that problem. But because you had caused a problem before and you made some statements, we have to make sure your headspace is there and it's not just a next publicity stunt. So not just the letter alone, but also you coming in and we work out what took place, and then you can talk to the squad and all of those things. So it's not just no sending in a letter. You have to prove, say you really want to be there behind it. That's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to add something to your conversation, Peter, because that's what I've heard directly from the people where deal with the letter. So I mean, I understand how it seems confusing after.
No, I think some of the people on these platforms, I'm talking about the callers, the people who listen to these things and run with their narrative.
Yes.
The JFF fight against Leon Bailey.
No, man, I don't think they're fighting against him. That's why I'm saying add on your statement, because I think that even if they suspend him, the reason why they suspend him is for him to clarify everything what you truly want. Let me get your headspace clear. You say you want time to think about things. Let me know when the headspace clear, and then we try to sort it out with the people so you can just fit in seemingly with everybody else. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best way for me to say it.
Yeah, because I want everybody to remember that the coach said yesterday in that press conference that both Dennis Strong, Run of Speed, and the president is saying that this is an asset that needs to be in the team.
Yes.
I want everybody to remember that and stop running with those political negative and nobody talk about that. You said Jason said it, I did not hear Jason Carr. But I want people to remember that, because we just seem to take the one little negative out of anything and just run with it.
Yeah, but it.
You just highlighted that Mr. Chung, and I'm glad you said that, at that meeting with the coach,
yes, and Butler,
to get the Leon Bailey back in the team.
Yes.
And that's where the mix-up starts, because nobody had talked to Leon Bailey about it, right?
And maybe he had different whatever he wanted to do. Maybe he had different, because I'm not going to speculate what he wanted, but then he makes up a complete different story, or he never, he mixed up everything and then start to expose messages and all of those stuff. So I think they're trying to avoid those chaos coming in.
The main point, JD, is that the JFF, I can unequivocally say, the JFF wants Leon Bailey back in the team. Do you get that impression?
I do. I think in my, I don't know what to think at this point. I don't know if they honestly want him back there. No. What I'm saying is not bad, What I'm saying is not bad, but I've not gotten anything from them as yet to say that they want him there. I have not gotten it. I just believe that they are still trying to figure out what he's all about, and they don't want to take any disrespect. That's what I've gotten, So if he's gonna stay on his disrespectful takes and his throwing shades and all of those things, I think they will be willing to just get on without him. But if he makes himself available, I think that they would find a way to concede and let him back in the team without a problem. I think so. So indirectly, I'm saying that they would accept him, yes. but I don't think they want to seem soft, because remember, this is connected to the girls, Peter Mystic. This is connected to the girls football as well, people watching it for that as well, to say that, oh, he comes out and flat out be disrespectful and he should just go back in the team, whilst you put up all sorts of barricade for the Reggae Girls. You remember that, Peter?
No, the Reggae Girls was sort of.
Ooh.
I mean, it was similar. They suspended the selection.
Yes.
Of the girls, but that was to protect them from their club.
But Peter, before you go in, Peter, be careful. Mr. Speed, come on my program and say that even when them them lift the it's on my program, certain players have to still come in and apologize first, and when them have to talk about it, just happen so. Him said that out of his own mouth on the platform, Peter. So be careful, Peter. That's what I said, Peter. The fans don't have information.
I don't remember him saying that.
No, Peter. Just watch Mr. Speed last event right here. Him said, so that's why I had call up Mr. Speed and say, Mr. Speed, Mr. Liam Bailey cannot go back into the team like that.
Through that whole thing, I never defended the girls, though.
Me know you. That's why I beat you.
Full disclosure.
That's why I beat you, Peter. That's why I beat you.
I felt like the girls had the biggest ego, bigger than even the team.
No, Peter, I'm very sorry, Peter. I go against you right there. Me think Liam Bailey did worse than the girls them. Me actually think so.
No, of course I agree with that. I'm offended by what Liam Bailey said about Jamaica can't do none for him. I take that personal. I am offended. I'm upset about it. And I feel like you need to apologize to the whole Jamaica. That's how I feel. I said this morning, if the coaches have a conversation with him and he apologized to his players and the players are willing to accept him back in the team, I agree with the coach.
Yes.
I have no problems.
And I agree with that as well. But that.
Leave it there.
All right. Fair is fair. But the next one, me gonna beat you. I gotta escape that one, about letting Liam Bailey in. But you don't want to argue the girl part, Peter, revisit the girl one. Get back all the information and be honest to the girl. Be the girl in fear, Peter, because I thought that you never knew them fear.
I want girls back in the team, of course.
But you have to call up Mr. Speed and say, Mr. Speed, you are wrong when you're saying some of them need to come and have a conversation before them come back in a team. And then Liam Bailey, no need to have no conversation and come back in a team just with a letter. No, it not gonna work. You understand me? That is unfair. You say context matter, Peter. You never want to beat Mr. Speed yet. Me I gonna present all the facts to you. And you see if me not see you beat Mr. Speed, not just on platforms. So when you see him, when you beat him, me not see you beat him when you see him. Me I gonna call out Peter.
No, Mr. Speed is an honorable man. I've said this, JT, on a lot of platforms, I think Mr. Speed is unfairly criticized,
Yeah, but me say that as well, Mr. Peter. But me can call out something when me say unfair, because me just show you, Mr. Peter, me just show you say that it's unfair, because that it just seems like we a man country, and anytime we have woman conversation, we want to bully the girls them. Your people could see that, so Peter, man. Come on, man, Peter, man. Me here, Bridget, man, and the fans that listen to you, Peter. Me think that's unfair, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but we also have to remember, there's a lot of things that
Peter, now give up,
we don't know about.
So, Peter, a lot of things can happen on the Liam Bailey side.
So that again?
A lot of things can happen on the Liam Bailey side, too. And we don't know about as well.
And I feel like that's what's going to happen. There's going to be some behind the scenes thing happening with Liam Bailey, and he's going to be back in the team, and everything will be cool.
All right.
He's going to be the prodigal son. The pastor can tell you the story about the prodigal son when it come on tomorrow.
All right. Respect.
Liam Bailey is the new prodigal son.
All right, Bridget. All right. Respect. Yeah, man. Respect. All right. So that's Peter, guys. Peter gave his take. Peter, one thing with Peter and Cranky, they are not backing down and not supporting the girls. Even when we can put everything back into the context and see that, okay, the conversation that we're having right here makes sense. Liam Bailey should not be accepted instant without nothing, and you make a claim that the girl have to come and have a conversation first. It is the same thing apply with Liam Bailey and the girls then. That's all we're saying, and I think that is fair. All right, Bailey needs to go. No. We're not gonna have that. All right. So, people. I am going to finish it here. I gave you 42 minutes extra. Thanks very much. But I have to take care of the kid now because my lady might watch the stream, and I am not getting any beating. Don't think of that not mad way. I'm just saying be respectful. It's my kid laughing. I'm not getting any beating, so I'm gonna stop this foolishness about I'm gonna get beaten. But I have to pay attention to the kid. I had some things set up for her for the first 2 hours, and I've gone over it like 40 odd minutes. So hope you guys understand. All right. My face line looks swollen. No, that's a lie. Nothing is wrong with me. All right, people. Big up yourself, Owen. I told her about Umza, you know. Keep saying that she can't cook, you know. Yes, but she buy food from stores and all of those madness. You know. Thank you, Christopher. From El Salvador. Massive respect. Yeah, man. All right. Yes. So people, nothing like that. Umzo and Owen, they are always not talking the truth about me. All right. Read my comment from before. Vibes family. I have a family here. So why you couldn't just keep the comment to the next time? Let me read it because you look like you're a bad man. Vibes family said Bailey needs to go. He's not patriotic and does love his country. Doesn't love his country. He did nothing to Aston Villa. He did something to Aston Villa. If you know about imagery rights, he did something to Aston Villa. So that's why he had to come out and apologize. All right. If you're talking, if people don't know Jamaican lingo, which a lot of people in the world don't know Jamaican lingo, it can easily take out the turns because it was on Sky Sport in a different context. So he did have something to apologize to. So come on, man. Stop beating the youth like that. All right. He didn't do nothing to Villa. But Mr. Goal. Oh my God. JD, take care and move. A great time with your. Yeah, man. We are gonna be on holidays next week. Don't worry yourself. I'm gonna miss a lot of streams. So don't worry yourself. Every year it's the same thing. All right. Yes. So yeah, man, thanks for all the people hit the like button. Glad we can resolve certain issues. And please, I know that some people will do things because they have bad energy. But I had not said anything about Simon. Everything I've said it was on behalf of on top of what Pastor said. And I made sure to context it in a way that I have not said I said so. I said, if that's what you said, what Pastor said, that would be this way. So if you can't comprehend, stop bringing the wrong news. All right? Life will be very bad for you because I'm a straightforward person. And if I talk to the people that you bring the news to, you're going to be embarrassed every single time. All right? Because why would somebody be here publicly saying something that they can't back up? All right? Stop these things. Yeah, man, he did nothing compared to what he did to Jamaica. Well, tell you what, Jamaica, Aston Villa make more money than the Jamaica national team. That is 100% facts. All right, and if the man want a little money that he was bragging about, I am telling you, Jamaican family vibes. He wants to brag about his money. So if he doesn't do so, the fan base that he has, which is a heavy Jamaican fan base in Birmingham, he's going to lose that fan base. And then he's not going to be commercial solid enough. So once he doesn't perform on the field, they're going to get rid of him. All right. So you have to understand about business. He can diss the JFF 50 times and come back. I know it's not the right thing to say, but believe me, he has the power to diss the JFF 54 times and still come back, brother. Whether you like it or not, that's just the facts. And I keep it real with you guys. That's just the facts. The man have more money than the JFF. The man have more money than the JFF people. And we have to just live with it, all right? So people take care. I'm not going to beat you too bad. See you in the next one. Bye-bye, all right? Comprehension is so difficult for some. Yeah, man, Michael, it's sad. It's sad, big boss. It's sad. So take care, guys. Smash the like button anyway out, and we will talk. All right? Bye-bye.